the list and see what trade's gonna call for the 6 o'clock 4-hour candle. If you guys are still in our K² JPY trade, it looks like it's doing pretty fine. It's yeah. Otherwise, I'm just closing that. All right, so it looks like for a K² JPY pair, I mean, it was down pretty far. It was down like 35, 40 pips, and then it just retraced up a bit. I know we're in the Euro JPY pair as well. So I mean, it's gonna conflict a little bit. It was like what I was talking to CT with, because he's still in K² JPY as well. So he's not going to take EJ because usually they conflict, but since K² JPY is kind of close, I think even if we were to retrace on EJ, it was supposed to, if it would go in the negative just a little bit, I think it'd be far enough for us to hit full TP on K² JPY before it shoots on up. And we'll keep looking at it, and we'll see what happens within the next. Honestly, it's probably not going to move very much from now until London, so probably give it some time. Let me see if there's any news coming up. Actually, there might be some news coming which could affect the trade. I don't think it'll affect it too much, but we'll see. Let's see, Forex Factory. Cool. So it looks like yeah, so it looks like there isn't any news until 5:30 tomorrow. So I think we should be good until London. So if you guys are in any of these trades, I think you guys should be fine. The only issue is going to be tomorrow morning. There's a lot of USD news. There's USD news at 5:30, and then at 11 a.m. there's FOMC, which is the Fed. So they're going to be making a statement tomorrow at 11. So tomorrow we're probably not going to be trading US 30 just because of that. Because once we enter our trade, this is going to screw up the market a lot. If you guys are aware, last month this took a huge effect on the market as well. So we're probably not going to trade during New York session tomorrow. But I think after that we'll be fine, because after New York session, there's not really any news until the next day or the next night. Actually, there's some medium news going on, CHF news, and then some Euro news and USD news, but it's not going to affect it too heavily, since it's it's just medium news. It's not really anything too crazy. But yeah, I think there's not too much to look at right now. I think we're fine for the most part. Looks like our EJ position is back in profit to JPY. Yeah, they're both just going to keep bouncing around. Our EJ was in profit pretty decent earlier, but it did pull back a bit. So I think we're just going to need to give it a little more time. There's our US 30. I'm just going to keep looking back at the US 30 every so often just to check it out. So we have one question from Dion. Oh, James is here. Hey, Aaron, James here.
Hey, what up, James?
James, are you driving right now? Pretty sure James is driving.
You better not.
Yeah, man. Don't text and drive, James. Let's see. So we got Dion right here. Dion's asking NZD odd pairs. Foresee them coming down heavily. Seems to be reversing. So let's check it out, Dion. So I'll go to odd USD. Yeah, so right here, we do have a late entry for odd USD. If anyone wants to enter that, I haven't called it yet because I didn't want to go against the trend. Obviously the trend's moving super strong upwards, so that's why I didn't really want to go against the trend. But if you looked at all the other pairs, a lot of them were reversing. The only problem is, they were reversing yesterday, but I don't know how much are they going to be reversing today, because I don't know if this little pullback retracement was temporary before it corrected back upwards, because that's kind of what it seems like what's going on for EJ. So if you look at all the JPY pairs, see they retraced and pulled back a little bit yesterday. Not a little bit, a lot actually. So they pulled back a lot right here from, let's see, from the 7th, so Sunday, until today. They pulled back, and then this morning it corrected back upwards. So it's kind of at a crossroads right now. There's no specific catalyst indicating whether it's going to correct back upwards or, you know, if it's going to keep on going downwards. And the problem with that is that we're right in the middle. So the thing is, you know, we're right in the middle of everything. The good thing about our EJ position is that our TP1's right here. So once you reach TP1, you know, I always recommend that you guys move your stop loss in profit. So if you guys move your stop loss in profit, you know, regardless as to whether it keeps going on up or if it keeps or it pulls back downwards, you know, you still get to exit in profit, which is something that a lot of people need to understand. You know, I know there's a lot of new traders in our group that you know, don't understand risk management as properly. So the thing with that is, you know, you guys have to remember to, you know, minimize your risk or eliminate your risk whenever possible, because you never know when price might go the opposite direction. Let's see. So we have, let's see. Oh, James said, yeah, James is driving. Yeah, James, drive safe. I know you're at work right now, or you're driving the truck. But yeah, Dion, let's go back and check, you know, the odd and NZD pairs that you were mentioning. So, you know, similar to what I said with the Japanese yen, you know, this pullback right here is temporary. There's no catalyst really telling you whether price is going to correct back upwards or if price is going to continue downwards for a reversal from, you know, that huge bullish movement that's been happening for the past, whatever, since May, I think. Let's see. So if I zoom out, you know, this huge bullish movement has been going since March 19, which is insane. Like, this is pretty much what happened during COVID, because COVID started to get big around this time, November 19. So if you count this from November 19 up until, you know, today, well, it's been bullish for the past 81 days. That's a lot of time for it to be bullish. And, you know, this is the weak US dollar. So the thing is, I mean, the problem here is that, you know, normal fundamentals would indicate that price is going to be, you know, swinging back the opposite direction, since, you know, a lot of things in the US are reopening after COVID and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, if you look at price and, you know, you follow gold and, you know, other safe haven currencies, you know, fundamentals haven't, you know, really been moving in the direction that everyone thought they'd be moving. So so yeah, back to your question, Dion. I'm not really sure if it's going to come down heavily. Like, it might come down temporarily, but I don't think heavily. It's not going to come down, you know, drastically where it's going to come all the way down here. So let's see how many pips is that. It's a lot of pips, even to the most recent support. That's still 300 pips, and that's a big move for you know, price to make. Like, something drastic would have to happen. Like, you know, there had to be a cure for COVID, or, you know, a vaccine came out or something crazy that, you know, brought strength to the US dollar. But I don't think there's anything that could really, you know, change things. Like, the only thing I can see affecting the US dollar would be negative. Like, you know, unemployment rates. Even if the unemployment rates picked up a little bit, we're still in a depression. So, you know, I don't see the US dollar really gaining all too that much. So it's kind of similar with, so you said NZD and AUD, so let's go to NZD USD. It's probably moving the same exact way because they're a similar pair, you know, the same exact setup right here. You know, NZD's been moving up since, let's see, same time around there, but it was kind of in consolidation from March up until May. So the real bullish movement started right here on May 17 until, you know, today, which is about a month. So same situation here. You know, I don't see the US dollar gaining strength all too that much. It might, you know, it might drop a little farther down. This is another trade that I didn't call because I wasn't positive whether it was going to reverse or not. And I don't want to call a trade, you know, in the opposite direction of the trend if the trend is moving up so strong. You know, it's been trending up since May 15 till today, about 25 days, which is, you know, a good amount of time. So, you know, that's one reason why I wouldn't call these trades, even though they look like great trades. Like, it's not something that I feel, you know, comfortable trading, because, you know, I definitely want to have, you know, some sort of edge in the market if I'm going to be trading that direction, and especially, you know, if I'm going to be trading against the trend. So yeah, I wouldn't anticipate this to drop heavily. I would anticipate it to drop, you know, slightly, maybe to where we placed our TP, which is not that far. TP is only 97 pips. But if we were to measure this all the way to the support, it's 300 pips. It doesn't seem really reasonable, especially not within this week. Maybe in a few weeks, but not within the next 2-3 days. But who knows? Tomorrow's FOMC, so if they say something that pushes the US dollar in strength, then possibly by the end of the week. But I don't see it happening anytime soon. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down the list. Let's see. So Peter's asking, do you think US 30 will hit TP1 by tonight? Yeah, I think so. I think probably by London session. We've been holding this trade for a long time. It's probably not going to move very much until London session, and London session starts in about 7 hours. So it's going to take some time. And Nandi's asking, US 30 tomorrow? Yeah, so no US 30 tomorrow, Nandi, because if you look at the news tomorrow, it's a high impact US news day. So if it's a high impact US news day, it's going to be impacting the US stock market heavily tomorrow. So US 30 is going to be moving crazy all day tomorrow. The first news event is at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. The stock market opens an hour after that. So once this data is released, it's going to affect the stock market. And then once the the opening bell happens, people are going to react to this news. So you're going to see US 30 like bouncing around. And then again, we have FOMC at 11 a.m., which is the Fed. They're going to be making their statement, basically, announcing the federal funds rate, their economic projections moving forward. They actually had the meeting today, so that's probably what affected the market. They had their pre-meeting before the actual statement. So I'm not sure if anything got leaked out. Possibly not. Who knows? But US 30 was moving kind of weird today, so that could have had an effect on it. I'm not 100% sure, but I was watching. I always watch CNBC in the morning, and that's what they were talking about. That they had the meeting earlier this morning. So tomorrow for sure, no US 30 for me. I might give you guys a trade, if it appears, but I'm not going to take it. So it's really going to be up to your guys' discretion whether you guys want to take that trade or not. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's a lot of news tomorrow. So, the news is going to go on until probably 12/1. So by that time, the New York Stock Exchange is going to be closed already. So, it's not going to leave enough time for us to really make a move off that information or that data. So let's keep going back to the charts. James is saying, so we're in very bad trouble with US 30. We're not, James. I mean, you are. Well, we're not because, I calculated my risk. So I know what I'm going to lose. I know what I have to lose and I know what I have to gain, which is what I'm okay with losing and gaining. And this is why we always recommend and advise risk management, with all of your positions. I'm not, I have, let's see, I have about like a max of like 2,200, 2,300 on this trade, which is fine, because if you look at our win rate, our win rate's super high. It's like, I think for the past 2 months, we've had 20 wins and 2 losses. So, if I lose 2,200 today, I know I'll make that back, in the next couple of days. So, it's not a big deal to me because I know it works and I know what doesn't, and this is a high probability strategy. So, if we do lose this trade, it's fine because I know we're going to make it back and then some, and the next how many trades that we take for the rest of the year. So, James, I know, yeah, you're in trouble with US 30 because you over leverage like your whole account, which, I never recommend you do that. But, just take that as a lesson that, you should follow our directions and not over leverage. And if you're in profit, if you're in profit 3, 4, 5,000, at least move your stop loss in profit, move your stop loss to break even, move it to 1,000, 2,000, because, if it reverses on you, at least you could lock in that much profit. You don't have to, you don't have to go for the full gain, because I know you were in profit like 5,000 around this point. So, obviously if you held on to the trade, you could have locked in 10, 20,000, but, at least move your stop loss to break even or slightly in profit, because when you're risking that much money, you don't need to shoot for the home run. That's a lot of money to be risking. Even though it is coming up here, and I know you're probably happy right now because it's moving up. I know, James, I'm not trying to lecture you, I'm just trying to teach you, because we've talked about this a lot, and I know you're risking a lot of money, and I don't want you to be risking that much, because that scares me. Even though it's not my money, it's your money. You've been with us for a while, and you've made tons of profits with us, and I don't want you to, I don't want that to go down the drain, because I know you've been making a lot of money with us, because you're probably one of the bigger traders within the group that trades, in the thousands daily, and you're making profit every single day. But future reference, just for your sake, so you don't give yourself a heart attack, you should probably at least move your stop loss and profit the next time. And if I need to remind you, I'll try to remind you if I could, but it's looking fine, James. So I don't think you should worry too much. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it hits, it hits. But what the results produce, and you've been around long enough to see, how much money you can make trading with me. But James said, I'm wearing a suit to work tomorrow. Yeah, you're gonna quit? You're gonna put in that 2 weeks notice once you hit this full TP for what? Like, you must be, if you're risking that much, James, on this trade, you must have a lot to gain, because if you were up here, I know you probably entered this late, because you hit me up like what, 10 o'clock, and you were down here, and you told me you just woke up and if you could enter the trade. I think you entered around this point. So if you entered at this point right here, wait, actually you should be in profit right now. James, are you in profit? Is there any way you could check?
You should be in profit.
Yeah, you should be, because you were tripping out when you're down here. When you're down here, you were down like 3,000. So if you're up here, you might be up like 6,000 already. So if you are, move your stop loss and profit. Whatever you're doing, move your stop loss and profit to this support zone right here. Because the last time I talked to you, you said you were down 3,000. It was down here. So you for sure must be in profit at least 3,000 to 5,000 right now. So if you're let's see. So if you're up, so this would probably be your break-even point somewhere around here. So if you're probably up 4,000 right now. You're still down 1,000. So because you told me you got out and you were injured. So you got out, you entered right here. You got out at like 1,500, and then you re-entered again, and then it went down here. So you're down 3. You got up, you're down 1. Okay, cool. So if you're down 1,000 right now, you're not really that far from break even. You're literally, a few pips away from break even. So if he's down 1,000, this would be break even for you. Jeez. Yeah. So if you shot up here, you'd probably be up a lot, actually. 1, 2, 3. You'd be up 5,000 or 6,000 if you hit TP1. So yeah, James, once you get in profit, like once we move into our actual profit area over here, you should be in profit about 2,000 or 3,000. So once you get up to this area, move your stop loss, like for our own sake and for your sake, just so we don't have to worry about you or your account. Just move your stop loss and profit, and then let it run. Because the thing is, if it pulls back, at least you've locked in 2,000 or 3,000. But if it shoots up here, you'll probably lock in 10 to 15,000. So, I mean, good luck, James. I'm still in this trade too, so we're in the same boat right now. Nandi's asking, how much do I need in my account to make 2-3K? Ask James. James is the baller over here. James said, man, I like living on the edge, bro. Yeah, I could tell, bro. You're risking like 5,000 on one trade. That's crazy. I mean, if James has money to blow, then so be it. But I'm not gonna risk that. All right, cool. So let me keep going down through the questions. I'll come back to US 30 later, James, and we'll make sure to check on it. So you said you were down 1,000. So your break even point is probably, I'm just gonna put a line somewhere. There we go. And then I'll put an alert there so that when oh, it's coming up, James. So it looks like you're almost at break even. Wow. James, you must be taking a huge lot size. What are you taking, like a 0.15 or maybe
0.20?
A 0.20? Damn, you're crazy, James. You trading like you're Wade. I'm gonna call you Wade Jr. Oh man, let me see if I can pull up James's profits. James, you mind if I show them your profits from yesterday? Let's see if I can find James's stuff. Let's see, James. Where's James at? Here we go. Let's see if I can find. See, look, James is spending a lot. Look, these are real profits by James. Look at yesterday. He made 2,000 trading at 0.20. But James, you're crazy, bro. Look how much money James made that day. You're freaking insane, James. look at all that James. So these are James the other. He kind of took it easy. He took some 0.10s, 0.20s. He's still making a couple hundred, but like he's taking some risky trades. Let's see. So yeah, this was on the 4th.
Don't pump his head up, bro. He might do it again.
On the 4th, a couple days ago, this is what James made 2,000, and then these were trades that he took from his friend. Remember that, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah, James regretted that badly. He took our trades and then he took his friend's trades, and then he went from like James went from like straight profit to taking his friend's trades and go straight. Oh my God, James, you're funny, bro. Yeah, but yeah, see, these are the profits James is making. He's making some pretty good profit off US 30. But yeah, if you're in that much profit, James, make sure to move your stop loss and profit, because it worries me more than it worries you probably, because well, actually kind of cracks me up sometimes because you're tripping out all day. but I mean, when this goes up, James, oh, there we go. So it shot up right now. I think you should be in profit now. But you should be good. James said Aaron's supposed to teach me how to scalp. Oh man. Kyle's asking, what lot size do you use, Shawn and Aaron, for US 30? So it depends on your broker. On my personal account, on Hugo's Way, I only take I take like a 0.03 to like 0.05 max. That's absolute max. I don't take anything higher than that, because I don't mind locking in a couple hundred, maybe 1,000. I'm not trying to shoot for the huge amounts on my personal account, but on my FTMO account, I'm obviously I'm risking a lot more, because on my FTMO, it's not my money to risk. I'm trading the funded account, or the soon-to-be funded account, so I can risk more there and not worry because there's no emotion involved. So if I lose money on the FTMO, it's fine because I know what my limits are. But if I win, then it's a win-win situation for me. So on the FTMO, I'm trading about a 0.15 on a normal broker. So I'm basically trading what James is trading, except I'm trading it on FTMO. Let's see. Ernest is asking, how do I get US 30 at Owanda? Ernest, for Owanda, they only provide US 30 for certain international clients. So I'm not sure I'm sure you're located in the US. So if you are, they don't offer it to us, but they do offer it to some international clients, like clients in Malaysia or clients in Asia, and in Europe. But they don't offer it to us. So if you want to trade US 30 in the US, you're gonna have to trade with a different broker. One broker that we use, but I don't recommend, is Hugo's Way. But that's if you're trying to trade on a smaller account, that'd probably be your best option if you don't have a big account. If you have more money and you can trade on a regulated broker, then I recommend trading on TD Ameritrade or something like TradeStation. But for those accounts, you need a lot more money. You probably need like at least 10,000 to trade on a regulated broker. So if you don't have that much to trade, you'd have to go with an unregulated broker like Hugo's Way. But I personally don't recommend them because they're an iffy broker. I'm sure everyone else here can agree to that. But I mean, if you're only trading a small account, then I think you should be fine for the most part. Okay, so let me keep going down the questions. Sorry guys, I kind of got sidetracked with James's US 30 trade. It's just pretty exciting because James has a lot of money on the line. So I'm gonna we'll come back. Oh, James, you're in profit. Yeah, you should be in profit now. So we'll come back and look at this. I'm going to go down the other questions before we. Oh, wow. Aaron, you seen this?
Yes, sir.
Right now. James said he sent a picture of his location. Let me see where he put it at.
Oh, he sent me a picture too of where he bought it. He bought at the entry. So it
Okay, let's see.
at 27,414.
27414.
Yeah, so pretty much an entry. Yeah.
27414. Oh, but he's on Hugo's way though, so he's different. So his is probably way down here, because they're see, that's why I don't recommend Hugo's way, because their pricing is way off from normal brokers. So his entry is probably somewhere around here, which makes sense. But it's looking good, James. So I think you can breathe now. It's it's shooting up. So focus on your driving. Don't freak out too much. We'll come back and look at that in a little bit. So let me see what else we got here. Or actually, you sent me the picture of your actual chart. Yeah, see, Aaron, this is what I was saying. His chart's a little lower, but it's all good. We'll actually, not doing that bad. Dang, James, you made like 4,000. So you made 4,000 with us this week? Because your other pictures were only at 4,000 and you doubled it. So that's James said, yeah, baby. Okay, cool. So yeah, so look, if you guys are here in the room, you can see James's account when he first joined us. He was at around, I'll just go from up here. So James's account when he first started trading with us was around, so his account was around 4,000, right? So it's right here. His equity was 4,600. And then you look at his account today, his account is at 8,700. So if you guys traded with K², this has only been like, what, a week or so? He's doubled his account just taking, our trades. So, he's doing pretty good for himself. So if you guys, you guys want to see what's possible with K2, it's very possible, if you trade properly and you follow directions. But okay, let me keep going down the list and see what else we got here. Yeah, James, that's some good stuff, man. I love seeing that, bro. And you've doubled your account, and it's it's a big account. It's not like, it's not bucks. It's not a couple dollars. It's thousands, and you've done that within a week or so. So let's keep going. So Gene is asking, usually when it breaks structure, it will retrace to banker's candle, then shoot down. I found that. Sometimes, I mean, it doesn't always happen like that. You can see like something like, trying to find an example. It's not really going to show here, but so if I go on the higher time frames, 1 hour, I'll go on a different pair because I don't want to mess up my US 30. So if we open the K2SR, so if I mark this up right here, this zone, actually, yeah, so I can mark up this zone right here. I can mark up this zone right here. So what Gene's mentioning, he mentioned basically like a break and retest pattern. Like it does happen pretty often, but it doesn't always happen. So you can see like right here, price broke. It kind of came down a retest, but then it shot back up, like you were saying. But like if you look right here, it broke right here and shot straight up. It doesn't always come down and retest. It did retest right here, but that was way later. So this retest didn't happen for another, for like 12 hours. It does happen every once in a while, but it doesn't always happen. Like it's not, I wouldn't bank on that happening all the time. Like I think that probably happens, a little over 50%, but not like it's not something that I would base an entire strategy off. So yeah, you can see right here, it broke right here, and then it retested and it came up. Like you were saying with GU, let's see if I can get some better. So you can see, find a better example. Like that strategy works really good if market's trending super heavily like it was. So the past couple weeks, it's been trending really heavy right here. But if you're trading it when the market isn't trending as heavy, so if I back up somewhere, see if I can find, see like something like right here. So I'll just mark up this zone right here. So that strategy does work pretty good if it does hit, which it does sometimes, but as you can see right here, see price came down and it rejected, came down right here and it broke. And what you were mentioning was, the break and retest strategy where it comes up, retests, and comes down. But if you were trading that strategy, you probably would have missed this entire move because it didn't come up all the way. Because usually when people take that strategy, what they do is they try to enter at the zone. So it doesn't always come up that far. The reason it does this is because the market makers, they know that this is a very common strategy. A lot of people apply the strategy, and market makers and institutions aren't always going to give it to you. So right here, you can see it broke, but it didn't retest because it didn't go all the way to the zone. It's still 14 pips away. What a lot of people like to do is they like to put their sell limits up here, so they like to watch it break, and then they put their sell limit here, so if it goes back to retest, they can re-enter right there. But you can see here it didn't pull up all the way, and then it shot back down. It did retest right here, but this looks like a manipulated move because you can see that the wick, it's a huge wick. It's like a 36, 40 pip move. But that is a good strategy if you want to apply that. What did Ernest say? Ernest said James made $3,000 in 14 minutes. I know, that's crazy. James said, I would have hit 10,000 today if Aaron wouldn't have pulled a knife on me.
Aaron, I had to.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, James, like that strategy that you're mentioning, the break and retest, it is a good strategy. But you'd have to tie that with something else. I wouldn't base it directly off just that specifically, but it did happen here. Like you were saying, it broke the zone right here, came up. Well, it actually broke right here, retested, and then it shot up. But that happened like on the 5th or the 6th. So what was that, like last week? Yeah, so this is similar to what the K2 strategy. I don't know if you've seen the videos, Gene, but I have there's a lot of new K2 videos since the last time you were trading with us. But the strategy that I apply is the K2 SR trading strategy. So I'll show you guys an example of how it works. This was the trade that I gave out earlier today. So if you look at our results from GU today, so this morning I sent out this GU trade. I said to buy GU at the specific price, which was marked right here. And then obviously, as you can see, we hit TP1 pretty quick, and then we hit full TP after. So this is kind of similar to the break and retest, except the thing with our strategy is that we don't wait for the retest. We follow momentum. So with the K2 indicators, we're able to identify swings in price before they happen, before anyone else sees it. So let me see if I can turn on the indicators here. So pretty much the way that the strategy works is, let me rewind right here. So the way that this K2 strategy works is, this is the K2 SR zone trading strategy. And so the first requirement is confirm direction of momentum, K2 signal. Next, you want to confirm break in zone. And then that's pretty much it. And then after that, you'll just enter on open a following candle. And that's pretty much it. This strategy is extremely extremely simple. So first, you want to confirm the direction of momentum. The way that you'll confirm the direction of momentum is by using the K² momentum indicator. So you see these vertical lines on the chart. What these vertical lines represent are swings in momentum of price. So as you can see here, right here we have a green bullish candle with a green transparent signal right here. This is basically indicating that that momentum is swinging upward. So you can see like right after this shot off, it swung up pretty high. So if you entered this trade right here, you would have locked in close to 200 pips. Similar with the red bearish candles and a red sell signal. So if you see this, this is going to indicate that the momentum of price is going to be swinging down. So if you caught this and you ordered only to the bottom, you would call like 300 something pips. Generally, if the trend is moving in a certain direction, so you can see right here that price is trending up pretty heavy. So if this happens, then if you get a signal in the opposite direction, this is just a retracement signal. So this is just telling you that price is swinging that direction temporarily. And it doesn't anticipate to be swinging in that direction for very long. It's similar with price when momentum is swinging downward. So the thing is, right here, you can tell that this was a high right here. So this is the high, and then the momentum swung the opposite. Not the momentum, the trend reversed in the opposite direction because it hit a high right here. So another way to identify this high is because it's kind of like a double top right here. So you can see this area right here, it's a whole zoned area. So if we extended this out all the way out here, you could have identified that, this might've been a reversal right here. So in this situation, price is trending downward. So even though we had a buy signal and it's a valid buy signal, since the trend is moving downwards, this would just be a retracement. And as you can see right here, it just was, that's exactly what it was. It was a small retracement upwards, and then it came back down. So if you took this sell signal or this sell signal or this sell signal, you would make a killing off that. Similar with right here. Right here, we don't have an, let me see if I can use the K2SR. So if you have all of the K2 indicators, this is where things come in handy because you'll have these zones on the chart. And pretty much what these zones are the strongest support resistance areas or strongest support resistance zones on the chart plotted X amount of candles back. You can, right here it's set to 100 candles, but you can change that to like 500 candles to 1,000 candles. It's really up to you. But since I trade intraday, I just leave it at 100 because I don't need, I don't need to look back that far. But okay, anyway, since I went over, explanation of what those indicators do, I'm going to go back to the strategy, and then I'm going to keep explaining how I identified the GU trade this morning. So pretty much first, you're going to confirm the direction of momentum. So right here, we have a buy signal, and it's a valid buy signal because it's a green buy signal with a bullish candle. So this would be a valid buy signal right here. However, for this strategy, it doesn't need to be valid. You just need to see, what direction the signal is giving. So in this situation, if the signal is giving a green buy signal and you see price moving up, you could make an inference that momentum is swinging upwards up until you get a sell signal. So if we got a sell signal over here, then that would debunk the theory that price was swinging upwards. So once you confirm the direction of momentum, next you just want to confirm a break in zone. So right here, say if we didn't take this trade over here, but we wanted to take this trade right here, this also would be a valid entry. So these two requirements are met where we confirm the direction of momentum, which is going upward since we have a buy signal. Next, we confirmed a break in zone, which right here, you can see price broke this zone with a bullish candle. So if we wanted to enter this trade right here, we could have entered a buy position right there. And then we could have let that run. So if we let this run, it would still be active. But let's go back to this trade. So pretty much this trade would still be in profit and it would be running currently. But since we didn't take that trade, I actually called this trade right here. So this is the trade that I called this morning, which like I said, was right here. I call this at 6:02 a.m. So you can see same exact chart. So right here, let's delete this. You can see this chart right here. And this is the same signal that I called this morning. Same exact setup. So pretty much right here, we would have entered this trade, and then we let it run, and then we hit profit target. So as you can see right here, this trade was taken at 6 a.m. and we hit profit target in about a couple hours for 68 pips or 78 pips, sorry. But this is kind of similar to the strategy that you were mentioning, Gene. So pretty much this is kind of similar to the break and retest strategy, except pretty much we're just waiting for the break. We're not looking for a retest. Because even right here, if you took this trade right here, it's pretty much just we're confirming the break because we know the direction of price, but we're not waiting for the retest to come down. Because the thing is, if we waited for price to come down here, we would have missed out on 50 pips right here, and that's why you want to give up 50 pips when you could have been over here. But if you want to learn the strategy, Gene, just go ahead and look at the K2 course, and then you'll see, yeah, exactly. So Gene said, thanks, still learning, glad to be back. So yeah, I know you left and then you started learning from other other trading groups. So now that you're back with us, you can go ahead and apply those theories that you learned from those groups, and then you can apply them to the K2 strategies now, because as you can see, K2 has evolved tremendously since the last time you were with us. I think when you were with us, we only had one strategy that we were teaching. But now, there's a whole bunch of different strategies that you can apply. And I think they're definitely going to benefit, with the new information that you have at hand now. So yeah, let's see what else we've got here. So we keep going down the questions. Let me check. Hey guys, before I look at more pairs, I'm going to scroll through my watch list real quick. I'm just going to see if there's any entries that we can take for the 6 hour or the 6 o'clock 4 hour candle. US 30 is looking fine right now. It's looking real good actually, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to go back to the list, and then I'm going to scroll through all of the active trades to see if there's anything we can take. Hey, Aaron, you still there?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about odd CAD?
Let's see. Are there any zones over there?
Let's see. Nope. But it's going against the trend. I mean, it looks like it probably reversed, because it looks like this is probably going to be the next zone right here. So, I don't know, but the thing is, it's going against the trend. That's the only downside.
Yeah, it could probably. I mean, it looks cool, but yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to go against the trend as well.
Yeah, so maybe we'll skip that. I mean, shit, we went against the trend yesterday and took an L. This one right here.
How's AUD USD looking?
Dion said K2SR. Yeah, so this is going to be the next zone. So if you guys have the old indicator as well, it's also going to be. So the K2SR, the first K2SR indicator, K2SR V1, what it does is it plots the plots the the strongest support resistance within current price where it currently is. The thing with the K2SR is that it plots a zone. So if you put them together, you'll know where the zones are and you'll know where the support resistance is, without even putting anything on the chart. So yeah, like me and Aaron were looking at this trade. This would be a valid entry for the K2 SR zone strategy, but like I said, I don't like going against the trend because the trend is going up so heavily. Last thing I want to happen is we enter this trade and price corrects to the overall trend, and it just we get stopped out. So I'm not going to call that trade. Would you say, Aaron, if I looked at what?
AUD USD.
Let's see, AUD. So I still have that active. The same situation. This is the one I wanted to call earlier, but it's going against the trend. Trend up is like way too strong. I don't really like going.
I was going to call it during London session last night, but yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I think we talked about this. Yeah, this came out at 10 o'clock, I think, right? So we were thinking about.
I think at 2 a.m.
Yeah, so yeah, this candle closed at 2 a.m. So I think we both looked at this at 10, but then I went to sleep, and then he took over in London, and you're probably thinking for a late entry, but I don't know. It's just too iffy. It's not something that I personally would really like to take. What do you think about odd CHF when it breaks below the zone? I think it looks like
if it breaks below here, it could probably sink.
So this might be good. See, the thing about this is that it's paired with the CHF, which is a safe haven currency. So if the yen is actually that doesn't make any sense because the yen is it's the opposite. So
Hey,
the yen,
EJ's looking nice, huh? You're in profit.
EJ is looking nice.
It's
So
moving.
EJ is looking cool. I'm in profit pretty nice for that. So I don't know. What do you think about this? Is there anything we should call it?
I don't feel like that's a clean break. If it was like a stronger candle, then possibly, but it's not a good enough candle for me.
All right, it's cool. I'm just gonna mark it up just in case, if we change our mind. I'll mark that up. Odd cat, I'll just mark that
Hey,
up.
Tracy said, can you look at well, when you get there, can you look at EN for a pullback?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get down there right now. JPY, nothing there. Let me leave the zones on real quick so I can. James said no because Jay will take it. Man, James is funny. James, I'm glad you joined KT, man. You like crack me and Aaron up like every day.
You almost called me AJ.
I'm gonna call you AJ real quick. I always call you AJ for whatever reason.
Hey, you already know why. It's insider.
I know, right? But yeah,
She said, look at the 2 hour time frame. It looks good.
for AN,
Yeah,
we've been killing AN. We hit TP on this like 4 times last week, like twice
exactly.
this week, I think, and it was for a lot. It was like for like what, almost 100 pips each time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean it looks good if it breaks below. I love this pair. We've been hitting TPs on this like literally every
It's
time I
moving so
broke the zone.
fast, bro. Like pairs like AN, then EJ, UCAD, they all move slow as hell.
Exactly. So if you guys are familiar, like I just said, the zone trading strategy. So if you guys are trading zones with us, like that strategy is super easy. So Gene, if you're still here, that same strategy that I just discussed, pretty much what we did was we entered a sell right here when it broke the zone. So we took this trade, and then I think we locked in, nearly like 50 something pips, 55 pips or something, and then it broke right here, and I think I called another entry. So we had two wins right there, and then I called another one right here when it broke this zone. So we won this trade again right here for like another 50 whatever pips, and then again right here we took this trade, and I think it closed on Monday. So I think in total we probably locked in, nearly 200 300 pips just trading AN. It's crazy. Like this is probably one of my favorite pairs for this the past 2 weeks.
Hey, you was dropping, bro. I had hopped in, bro. Just took it, bro.
For a
I'm already
sell.
on. Yeah.
So what do you think? You think we should call it then?
Go back to it one more time. Yeah, I had got in kind of early, but it is looking pretty good for a sale.
So I mean, if we call this, we can call AC too.
So we might as well call all of them.
The problem is that there's going to be news tomorrow morning. It's the only thing that's really worrying me.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
I mean, but the news isn't until 5 there. Well, I mean, by the time we wake up, if it doesn't hit TP by the time we wake up, we're fucked. For the most part. James said no.
Hey, James, don't start.
So let's see. I'll just keep those marked. I'm gonna go down these real quick. We got 7 minutes, so I'm just gonna stop messing around right now. I'm just gonna scan through these real quick because I don't want to miss any trades. So no, this one. James said no because I'll take the trades. Yeah, I know that for sure. James is a Forex US 30 fiend. He loves this stuff. Okay, I don't see anything there. Let's mark this up. Man, EJ's bouncing, bro. I was up like 50 bucks and now I went down to $4. -4 actually. So let's see. So you said Tracy wanted us to look at EN, right? Aaron? I'll wait for Aaron to come back. I think he wanted us to look at EN, but I think he said something about a pullback. Is Tracy in here? Let me see. Let's see Tracy. But anyways, let me I'll come back to it once Aaron gets back. There was an entry here. I went over this morning. So if you guys took this trade, this is the the zone strategy that I was just discussing. Whoever took this trade earlier, you would have been in profit right now. So this is an entry for the zone trading strategy. I didn't take it because this happened at about 10. I was already offline, and the entry didn't happen until about 2. So I wasn't bet earlier at that point. But yeah, if you took that trade, you'd be up like 81 pips, close to 100 pips right now. So that'd be a good entry. But I'll go back and look at that once Aaron comes back. No entry there. No entry there. No entry there. No entry. No entry. Again, right here, if you guys, a lot of people in the group already, they have access to the indicators. If you guys have access to the indicators, you could have taken this trade right here too. So this is similar to what I was just talking about with EN. So this would fit the requirements for the zone trading strategy. Aaron, you were talking about EN, right?
Yeah, I think Tracy wanted to look at hold on, she wanted to look at A. It was AN.
And okay, I'll go back to that in a little bit. I'm just gonna keep scanning real quick before we have 5 minutes left until the candle closes. And pretty much this strategy, it's based off the 4 hours. So whenever this candle, one of these candles closes, and if they close below a zone, then it provides for valid entry. That's the main reason why I call my trades, every 4 hours, which is perfect for everyone because it gives everyone an opportunity to enter a trade. You just have to follow my trades at specific times during the day, which is not that difficult. If you can look at your phone, at 2 a.m. Not 2 a.m. maybe 2 a.m. if you're like living in EU or something like that where your time zone's different. But generally like 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. That's when I call my entry. So pretty much right now it's going to be 6. That's going to be the 6 p.m. entry. And then again later, I'm going to call again at 10 p.m. So you guys have a lot of opportunity to copy my trades if you guys want to, which, I'm sure a lot of people here don't mind because, our win rate at K2 is pretty high because I'm pretty selective with my trades. I only take trades that I think are absolutely going to win. Because the thing is with my trades, I actually take these trades on my own account. I don't just call trades just to call them. I actually take them. So I'm not just going to give out random trades. I'm going to give out trades that, I actually want to win. But yeah, looks like I looked at pretty much everything. It doesn't look like there's very many options available right now. Due to the current market conditions, as you guys are aware, it was a huge bullish move last week. And this week price is just indecisive because people are moving price back and forth because we're not sure if price is going to be reversing from the big bullish move last week, or if price is just going to keep pushing down. So if you guys again, like with the same strategy I've been discussing this entire time, you guys took the entry right here. If the requirements are identify the direction of momentum. So right here we have a sell signal. Obviously we know price is going downwards. Once price breaks one of these zones, like it did right here, you could have entered a sell. So if you took this trade right here, you would have hit TP here for 50.7 pips. And then again, right here, as price broke below this zone right here, you could have entered right here for another 50 pips right here. And it's still active if you take this trade. I didn't call this trade because this trade happened at 2 a.m. So I was sleeping at that point. So I don't have anything really marked up. Let me go to UJ real quick. This would have been good if price. So for this situation right here, since the momentum swinging downwards, if this candle closes below this zone right here, then it would provide for a sell entry right there. So you could have locked in 55 pips because then I would anticipate price to move on forward. So that's about it for now. Let me go back to the ones that I marked up. I'll just see if there's anything here that I should call. So Aaron, what's the consensus for odd CAD and basically all the odd pairs? Ooh, Stanley just said that, or Zeke, you said John just took it. What did he take? Did he take one against us? I'll let Aaron hear that. Let's see. All right, let me go back to oh, he took EN. All right, cool. So he took EN. Oh, for a buy. All right, yeah, cool. So if we took that, I mean, that looks nice. I wish I took it, but I just didn't spot that earlier. So let's go to I'm gonna call these trades in. Aaron, these are good, right?
Yeah, they're good, bro.
All right, let's do it. Just gonna move this up. So 95 pips. Yeah, Ben, I'm gonna call these right now. If you're in premium, you'll get the details for these trades. You guys will see me. I'll call them right here, right on the chart, so you guys can see exactly what I do. So this is pretty much how I call a K2 signal. You know, I use the same exact strategies that I teach. So if you guys want to trade exactly how I do, you know, it's available to you guys. It's real easy. All right, so right here, I am going to take, what is this? Screenshot of this. And then I'm gonna post it here. So this is a sell. If you guys are in premium, you guys can copy this trade as I post it. If you guys aren't in premium, you guys can try to figure out, write down copy these numbers as I put them down. But I'm not gonna have time to leave them up because I'm calling signals right now. So odd CAD. So yeah, it's real simple. You guys could trade exactly how I do if you guys want. You know, it's not super easy to trade like how I am. Like I make things look easy, but it's only because I do this every single day, and it's like second nature to me. But you know, if you guys learn and you guys practice, you know, the same exact strategies that I apply, you know, you guys will be perfectly fine trading it on your own and making your own profits. Because the thing is, I have to sleep sometimes, so you know, I'm not able to call every single trade. So if you guys wanted to take your own trades, you know, you guys are able to. All right, so those are the things for that trade. It's odd CAD. So if you guys are in that trade, looks like it's moving in profit. I'll mark that as green because it's active. Odd CHF. Aaron, what do you think about odd CHF? It's like literally on the line. It's not a strong candle, but what do you think? No?
We could pass that one.
All right, so we're gonna pass on that. Odd USD, do you think we should make a late call or just pass on this too?
Let's see. Yeah, you can pass on that one too.
All right, cool. So we just have one trade. So since you guys are here, Spencer said, "Are you good with the news from China not affecting odd CAD?" So let's see. Where are you seeing the news from, Spencer? Because I looked at Forex Factory. We don't have any news right now. I'm not sure if you might be looking at from a different outlet, but Forex Factory is probably like the most accurate one from my experience because this is all I follow. I don't look anywhere else. But Spencer's saying, "Are you good with the news from China not affecting odd CAD?" So if you have any information on that news, you could share with me and I can analyze it. But personally, I haven't heard anything about any China news. Usually it would be on here if it was important. Let's see, it might be some light news. That might be toggle this. So today is, okay, I see. So you're talking about this Chinese news, right? The CPI and the PPI. This is, it's very light news. It doesn't really affect the market very heavily. As you can see, it's yellow. So yeah, I don't think this is gonna affect it very much. Usually I ignore this news. I only follow the high impact news that will push price. Like this might push price a few pips, but it's not gonna push price enough to, oh, my FX book. So let me go there and check that out. I'm not sure if it's the same one, but here on Forex Factory, it's very light news. But let me check out my FX book. Yeah, that's the problem with following different news sources because let's see, economic calendar. Yeah, Ches is asking if we're still holding US 30. That's the most asked question every single day in K2. 100%. I never second guess my trades, you know. So if you ever wonder if I'm still holding US 30, the answer is always going to be the same. Yes, I'm still holding it. We get that question probably over 100 times a day from the K2 premium members, and every single day my answer is always the same. I'm still holding it. That's pretty much all my trades. If you wonder if I'm still holding any of my trades, the answer is always going to be yes. I never, if I'm taking a trade, I'm only taking it because I know it's going to hit. Like I'm not going to call a trade and then 5 minutes later, an hour later, I'm going to say you should cancel it. The only time I'll cancel it if it's not filled. But if we're in the trade, then I gave it my full confidence, and you guys can trust my trade that it's it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And if it doesn't, you know, that's just, you know, it's just the market. That's just how it is. But for the most part, I never second guess my trades. So you guys don't have to worry about, you know, copying my trades if, you know, I'm going to change my mind an hour later or whatever. Because I do know from a lot of people, they mention that from, you know, other trading groups that when they copy signals from them, you know, there'll be some times where you guys will be in trade and they'll tell you to cancel your trade or something like that. But you guys don't have to worry about that with, you know, any K2 trades. Because our requirements are very specific. You know, like there's only, it's really hard to get any of our trades wrong, because if the requirements are met, then we take it. If the requirements are met and we aren't met, then we don't take it. So, you know, it's like a black and white area. It's not really any gray area where there might be, you know, some type of confusion. But let's see. So I'm here, Spencer. I don't really see it on here. Let me see if I could. So I see the China news. Oh, it's Turkey. Maybe it's my time zone. Let me fix. Aaron, do you know how to fix the time zone here? Or
Which one? Nope. Excuse me.
Spencer. Oh yeah, Spencer. If you can send me, I can take a look. But I don't see anything on my chart. So I just want to see what you're looking at so we can take a look. But Czech Republic. And they have a lot of news here on here. Aaron, is this where you look at news too?
Yep.
I never see news like this, like from the Czech Republic.
I don't know if it's accurate or not, but yeah, that's the one I usually use.
Yeah, I only use Forex Factory. I don't see anything. The only thing I see is the CPI, which is a light news. And then I'm on my FX book. I don't really see anything here either. Let's see, okay, Spencer said he sent me the. Cool. Oh yeah, so it's the same thing, CPI. Yeah, I'm not sure why do they have marked as heavy, because that, you know, those are complete opposite. Like for them, for my FX book, they say it's high impact, but on Forex Factory it says it's very low impact. Let me see if there's anything here. Yeah, personally, I don't know if this would affect it. It might, you know, in my opinion, because I follow Forex Factory, I don't think it's gonna affect it, but you know, it might. So we'll keep an eye on it and see. So we have a 95 pip stop loss. So this is actually, it gives us a lot of cushion for it to, you know, move back and forth. So I think even if there was news, I don't think it's enough to push price that high. It would probably just, you know, it'd probably just move a little bit. So it'd probably bounce, you know, 15, 20 pips, maybe 30 pips before it corrects back to where it's supposed to go. So if you're worried about the news, you can probably just wait for the news to pass, because the news is going to happen in a few minutes anyways. So it's 6:08, it's going to happen in about 20 minutes. So if you want to wait for that, you can always do that. But yeah, it's not very long. So if that's a concern, I would just wait 20 minutes. And then if it, you know, if it doesn't really move it, then I think you should be good. But we'll check the chart as well. I'll keep that in mind. So in about 30 minutes, we'll go back and we'll check the chart, and then we'll see if it affects it. And then, you know, we can make our assumptions from there. But yeah, let me see. Okay, so we had Stanley said Fed and FOMC news tomorrow. Yeah, Stanley. So tomorrow I'm not going to be trading at all. Well, I'm not going to be trading during US session because we have a lot of news tomorrow. If you guys look at the calendar, you know, we have CPI tomorrow for USD, and then we have the FOMC, you know, throughout the middle of the day. So during this time, you don't want to be in any trades because this is the Fed. They're basically going to give, you know, projections as to, you know, the economic projections moving forward, you know, post-COVID, and with, you know, a lot of jobs reopening. Also, they're going to be going over the federal funds rate. So this is going to affect the US dollar heavily. So, you know, if it's bad news, the US dollar is going to be weak. If it's good news, US dollar is going to be strong. But, you know, that's going to be up in the air because usually, you know, the data has been bad, but it hasn't really affected the market very much. So this could really go both ways depending on, you know, how people react to the information. So personally, tomorrow, I'm probably not going to trade US 30 because obviously, you know, our trade starts at 6:30, and then there's news at 5:30. And then again, there's news at 7:30. And then again, there's news at 11. So there's no point. We're not going to have enough time in between to, you know, get in and out of the trade. James said questions. Yeah, James, sure. Let me, oh, okay, I see. So James is asking, on the video of US 30, do you have to use trend indicator? Because you don't in the video. No, James. So if you remember how my daily US 30 strategy works, so I'll run through that real quick just so you guys can see, because I know a lot of people here haven't seen it yet. I'll just go over the trade from yesterday. So yesterday was the 8th. Basically, the way that this strategy works is super simple. So the way that my daily US 30 strategy works is I trade during the New York Stock Exchange. So I'm just gonna go back and run through this super quick. I'm not gonna waste anyone's time, and you know, this is just gonna show you guys exactly how I trade US 30. So pretty much what I do is, let's go forward a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna mark the New York Stock Exchange open right here at 6:30. So this is when the New York Stock Exchange opened, okay? And this is my daily US 30 strategy. And it's super simple. Like anyone can apply this strategy. Like you don't have to know how to trade at all. You just know how to, like, if you can be patient and you can watch the chart, you guys can apply the strategy. So the first one is you're gonna look, begin, start after New York Stock Exchange open, which is going to be 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Next, you're going to take the first valid K2 signal, and then next you're going to enter on open of following candle, and then last you're going to place stop loss at previous swing with a 1500 pip minimum, 500 interval. And this sounds confusing, but I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. This strategy is extremely easy. So first, you're going to start looking for trades after the New York Stock Exchange opens, which is 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So right here, you can see it's 6:30 a.m. So pretty much at this point, moving forward, the stock market has just opened. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take the first valid K2 signal. And if you guys go back to, you know, the explanation earlier with regard to valid and invalid K2 signals, right here we have a buy signal, and then it has a bullish candle. So this would be a valid K2 buy signal. Again, right here we have a sell signal, and it's a bearish candle. So this would be a valid K2 sell signal. I'll show you guys an invalid signal just so you guys can see what's invalid and what's valid. So back over here. Okay, so right here we have a sell signal, but it's a bullish candle. So in this situation, this would be an invalid signal. Again, right here, we have a buy signal, but it's a bearish candle. So and if you guys don't know the terms bullish and bearish, bullish just means it's a green candle moving upwards. Bearish just means it's a red candle moving downwards. So, you know, back to my explanation right here, we have a sell signal, but it's a green bullish candle. This makes it invalid. Again, right here, we have a buy signal, but it's a red bearish candle. This makes it invalid as well. Right here, we have a sell signal, and it's a red bearish candle, so this makes it valid. Again, right here, we have a buy signal, and it's a green bullish candle, so this would be valid right here as well. So let's go back to the entry. Okay, so the requirements. First, we're going to start after the New York Stock Exchange when it opens at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, which is after this vertical line right here. We're going to take the first valid K2 signal following the open. So anything moving forward, once we get a first valid K2 signal, we're going to enter this trade. So right here, we're going to enter a buy position. So right here, enter on open of the following candle. So right here, after this candle closes, we're going to enter right there. Next up, we're going to place our stop loss at the previous swing, which is a 1500 pip minimum. And then we're going to adjust it by 500 intervals. So this is going to be the swing right here. If you guys aren't familiar with identifying the swings, it's real simple. So pretty much So what swings are is where price pretty much rejects from or pivots from. So as you can see right here, price came up from up here to down here. This would be a swing low. Price came from down here, it swung up and it rejected off this point. This is a swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. So right here, this is where the current price is. We're gonna place our stop loss at the previous swing low, which would be right here, right? So right here, you can see it's only 1,300 pips. So we're gonna round that to 1,500 because the minimum is 1,500 pips. And that's about it, guys. So once you set this up, let's just go over the requirements again. Okay, so requirement 1, start after the New York Stock Exchange open at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Right here is the stock market open. Next, we're going to take the first valid K2 signal. Right here is the first valid K2 signal. Next, we're going to enter on the open of the following candle. So once this candle closes, we're going to enter right over here. After that, you're going to place your stop loss at the previous swing, which is going to be a 1,500 pip minimum. So pretty much right here, you can see where the swing low happened right here. And like I said, the swing low is only 1,300 pips, but since the minimum is 1,500 pips, we move the stop loss down here. So let's let this trade run. There you go, profit target. So this is the win that we had yesterday. So as you can see, we made 1,500 pips. And if your broker values pips, dollar per pip, depending on whatever broker you're using. So if your broker values dollar per pip for a 0.01, that would be 1,500 pips times $1. You would have made $1,500 on this trade. On this one trade, and I take this trade once a day, and I provide this trade to you guys every time I take it. And I can show you guys the entry right here. So if I go over here, US 30 on, okay, so right here, I gave a signal, the same exact entries as we had right here. So you can see this entry right here, exact same entry right here, right there, right there. And then pretty much, a few hours later, we hit TP1 right here. And a few hours again later, we hit full TP, just like we did right here. So everyone won off that trade. That's pretty much where James made his like 2,000-3,000, maybe 4,000 on that one day, which is amazing. You just take one trade, you copy one of my trades a day, and you make that much. Like, what more can you guys ask for? That's super easy, super simple, and you guys don't really have to do anything. Let me go back to the trade. All right, perfect. So if you guys are still in my trade, we're deep in profit right now, guys. This is amazing over here. I'm sure, let's see, James is probably dancing in his truck right now or something. Oh, James said, yep, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm milking the cow. Did you see that, Aaron?
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, man, yeah, no, James is making some money right now. Look at James.
It's still shooting up, too.
Shooting up, man. So we're about to hit TP1 soon. Let's get it, James. I want to see you make some heavy profits. Let me check my account. I just want to make sure that I'm all right, cool. So I'm in profit about 500 right now. I'm not on James level, but I'm doing all right. So I'm going to keep monitoring this. I'm probably going to exit this trade manually because I only need to make X amount of money. If you guys are familiar with FTMO, I'm about to finish my verification phase after this win. After this win, then I'll be funded with a $50,000 account to trade. So pretty much I'll be trading the same exact trade, pretty much every day, and then locking in, 2,500 a day with no risk because I'm not going to be trading my own money. I'm going to be trading a funded account. And I know people were asking, what are like my projections? So pretty much, every trade that we take is about 2,500. And if I only count, say if I only count 3 trades, because say I lose 1 trade a week and I don't trade on, Friday. So if I only win 3 trades a week at 7,500 a week, and then you multiply that by 4, so total of 30,000 a month, and my take home is going to be 70% of that. So if you multiply that by 70%, so 30,000 times 70, which is 21,000. So this is going to be my take home. So I'll be making about 21,000 a month, trading this account, which is not bad because I'm not risking anything. It's a win-win for me. So You know, and if you guys want to get a funded account too, like a lot of people in like pretty much everyone in K2 Premium is going to get funded too. So this money is the same money that everyone in K2 is going to be making. You know, everyone in K2, you can see the results. You know, I post results every morning, all day. Everyone's winning at K2. So if you guys aren't in K2 Premium, I mean, you guys are missing out. You know, it's your loss if you guys don't want to make this much a month doing nothing. But yeah, guys. Okay, so let me. Oh, Matt did a great job on FT mode. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I'm excited, man, because like I won't have to worry about, you know, having any losses. I just have to win pretty much. And Nandi's always talking about money, huh? Nandi's like, what's your balance? Didn't you ask the last time, Nandi? It's not as big as James. James' balance is really big. Nandi, but for FTMO, they're giving me a 50,000 account. So that's going to be the balance. I'm pretty much trading 50,000, but the thing is they give you limits. So I can only have a max limit of 2,500 loss a day, but I've calculated my trades, you know, perfectly to the point where I'm only going to, you know, that's all I'm going to be risking. I know my max loss and I know my max win. So I'm pretty much only going to be aiming for 2,500 a day. You know, it could be more if I remove my TP or whatever, but you know, for the most part, that's pretty much the account that I'm going to be trading. Here, let's see. All right, cool. So let me see. See what other questions we got here. Oh, Nandi had one more question about US30. So why did we get in that trade last Friday? So let me check.
I think it was NFP.
Oh yeah. So last Friday we actually did we take a trade last Friday, Aaron? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Nani. So we didn't take a US30 trade last Friday because it was NFP. You know, if you guys aren't familiar with NFP, NFP is non-farm payroll, which, you know, affects the market pretty crazy. Nani's asking, I'm only asking everyone so I can plan to where to keep my balance for future reasons. Plan to keep. So are you talking about your personal balance, Nani? Because your personal balance could be, you know, as much as you want. If you want to scale that up as high as you want, you can. Or if you want to keep it low, I mean, it's really up to you. But if you're going to be trading with, you know, an unregulated broker like Hugo's Way or something, then, you know, I wouldn't go over 10,000, because the thing is, that's when your account starts to, you know, they start to pay attention to your account, and you know, you might like run into some manipulation where they, you know, they manipulate spread, or they mess with your withdrawals or something like that. I mean, honestly, I don't recommend unregulated brokers, you know, for that specific reason, because I just don't trust them with, you know, a large amount of money, because you know, the simple thing is that they're unregulated, so they don't follow US law, and they can do whatever they want with money, really. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, and the only reason why a lot of people don't realize that is because they don't trade big accounts on unregulated brokers. The only reason you would trade on an unregulated broker is because they give you high leverage. But if you have a big account, you know, leverage doesn't really mean much anymore, because you can trade the same way that you trade on a high leverage account on a low leverage account if you have enough money. Nani said, I use Hugo's Way. Is that unregulated? Yeah, that's very unregulated.
Don't start.
Eric can tell you about that. Yeah, Hugo's Way is really, they're known for their manipulation and stuff like that. They're not known for like taking your money or anything like that, but they're known for manipulating the market. So let's see, it's about to be 6:24. Here's an example at 8 o'clock. So in about an hour and a half, open up your Hugo's Way and see what happens to your account. The servers are going to be down. You're not going to be able to enter, exit trades, and you're going to be screwed for like the next 2 hours. Usually from 8 p.m. to 12, actually, so around like 10 p.m. for sure. So 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. That's where they start to mess with accounts. Like, well, they don't mess with them, but that's when their servers have issues. So, you know, if you don't believe that Hugo's Way manipulates price, just trade around that time. and you'll see they're not going to let you exit your trades, and they're not going to let you make any adjustments. I'm not sure if that's just an issue, like a normal issue with their servers, but if you're trading big accounts with them, that's something to take into consideration, because your account could go straight to zero within a couple hours if you're trading US 30 with a big account. Yeah, Timothy, they upgraded servers, but that doesn't change the fact that they're an unregulated broker. The thing with them being unregulated is, like I said earlier, they don't follow US law. So if they run away with your money, who are you going to complain to? You're going to complain to the little island that they're located on, and they're not going to give you your money back. That's the thing. So I mean, like I said, it's up to you guys. That's your risk if you guys want to trade with an unregulated broker. But if you look at professional traders, professional traders don't trade with unregulated brokers. Anthony's asking, what regulated brokers are good for indices? The main one I can think of, which I'm familiar with, is TD Ameritrade. But you're going to need a big account. I think you need about 10,000 to trade with them. And that's another reason why a lot of traders don't trade with regulated brokers, because they don't have enough money to trade with a real broker. But I mean, like I said, it's going to be up to you guys whether you guys want to trade with, an unregulated broker or a regulated broker. But I'm going to stay with regulated brokers. So Nani's asking what name. It's called TD Ameritrade, but I don't really recommend it to you unless you're familiar with the platform, because it's going to take you a long time to learn how to actually trade with them, because they use a very complicated platform. That platform is catered to the more professional trader. So like, you can go ahead and give them a try, but just go ahead and give them a try, and then you'll see what I mean, because you're not going to know how to do anything on the broker. But they will be safe with your money. They're one of the bigger brokers. They're one of the big 10 brokers, like internationally. So if you guys want to go check them out, feel free. EBN is asking about Forex.com. So Forex.com doesn't offer indices or any US or US 30. So I mean, you're not gonna have any luck with them. I do use Forex.com for Forex, but I wish I could use them with indices, but they don't offer them. So it depends on where you're located. So if you're located in outside the US, then you'll have more options. Isaac said I use TD Ameritrade. Yeah, it's not called US 30 because it's the actual future. So you're trading the real future. US 30 is an index. It's a little different. Is CT in here? Let me see. Craig said, can a US citizen trade indices at TD Ameritrade? Yeah, you can trade indices, but they're going to be called by their actual future, like the pair. I think let me see if CT's in here. CT's not in here. If you guys are in the chat, just ask a question about TD Ameritrade with US 30. It's going to be called its actual future name. So here, I'll look it up for you. US 30 future. US 30 future. What am I going to call TD Ameritrade? So if you're familiar with futures, US 30 is traded as actual. Let's see. Symbol. Symbol like that. I'm not sure what it's called, but I know CT knows what it's called. I think it's called YY. Oh, it's Y. So SPY. I'm not sure if it's SPY or if it's YYY, but it's one of those. See, the thing with TD Ameritrade is that they're a real broker. They have all the future indexes. It's not just US 30. They're kind of broken down to their specific future. So like the S&P is going to be SPL. Let's see if there's Dow Jones. I mean, it's one of these. Obviously, these are all Dow Jones, so you know it's going to be one of these. But let me see if I can find it here. Maybe let me say YYY. No, it's not YYY. It's Y. Here, you know what? I'm gonna go to my chat with oh, DIA. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Spencer. I'm not sure. It might be. Oh man, there's a lot here. Let's see. DIA. Yeah, so DIA would be the ETF. It's not going to be the future. But you know, there's a lot of ways to trade US 30. You can trade the ETF. You can trade the future. It's really up to you. But the thing is, the pricing is going to be different. Yeah, see, the ETF is different. It's like two. Actually, no, is it right? No, it doesn't match up. We're at 27. Oh, actually, no, 27.33. It might be because it's at 27.45. So if you want to trade the ETF, then it might be DIA. But I mean, it's obviously the ETF. I just don't know what the future is called. Let me look again. DJI. I've seen DJI before. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is part of the Dow Jones Global Indexes. I'm just not sure exactly which one. It might be this one. But like, you know, back to what I was saying, you know, TD Ameritrade is a real broker. They have, you know, they have like all the assets you can think of. You know, they have REITs, they have stocks, they have options, everything. But like I was saying before, they're just really hard to use if you're not familiar with their platform. Their Thinkorswim platform. You have to log into to see the DJI. So unfortunately, I would log into mine, but I don't remember my login. I haven't used them in a while. I just have it on my phone, so it's like automatically logged in. Nandi said, "Be honest, is KT your full-time job?" Yeah, Nandi, we talked about this already. I used to be an attorney, but I quit my job to trade full-time. Yeah, this is my only job. This is all I'm on the chat with you guys like 24/7. If I was working a job, I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys all day. Okay, let's see. Spencer said, looked up DJI. Okay, cool. Nani said, I don't reading the chat. But yeah, this is my only, I mean, this is all I do. You know, I quit my job to do this all day because this is something that I actually enjoy doing. You know, I trade all day. It doesn't really feel like a job because, you know, I'm doing what I like to do. Let's see. Spencer said, looked it up, DJ. So yeah, that might be it, Spencer. James said he got out. Oh, yeah, James were in profit. So how much did you make, James? Let's see. Drum roll. James
So he made
made
around like 700.
700.
Yeah, he almost had 10,000.
What did you say here?
I said he's almost at 10,000.
Oh, he showed you the picture? You sent the picture to me, James? Let me look real quick. Oh man, check this out, guys. Check this out. Here we go, James. What I like to see. Woo, 700. Look at James's balance. See, this is a true K2 success story right here. You guys want to see where James came from? James came from, how much do you make? All right, so look, on June 2nd, James only had 4,600 equity in his account, right? So let me do the math for you guys to show you guys how much he made in a week. So he had 4,600 minus. So okay, 40. He started with 4,600 on June 2nd. So technically June 3rd, because this was already it was at 7:30 p.m. So it was already nighttime. So within a week from now, or less than a week from now, he's at 9,384. So it's 9,384. So James made $4,784 in less than a week. Like, I don't know what else can I show you guys. You know, this is a true success story here. Look at James. Look at this guy. That's how much money he made in a week. It's a lot of money, guys. You know, for James still works a full-time job. James is a full-time truck driver. Like, this dude drives 8-10 hours a day, man. It's crazy. I don't know how he does it, but he does that, and then he makes profit on top of it, just trading with me. So James, congrats. You know, I applaud you. That's amazing. Like, this is crazy. You know, that someone could just join K2 a couple weeks ago and start making this weekly. That's insane. But yeah, proud of you, James. So that was real good, man. He made 700 off that trade just now. Not bad at all. And the trade's still running. You know, he just got out because, you know, of course he wanted to get out at this point. But James, you're awesome, dude. Okay, let's see. So Hamisi said S&P 500 is called ES. Yeah. So there, Hamisi's on the. He's actually on point with that because I know it's only like 2 letters. I don't know if it's. Let's see. But Spencer's right too. Spencer, he found the ETF. He found, you know, the other Dow Jones one. So US 30 is actually Dow Jones. I don't know if you guys knew that you know it's actually Dow Jones, but so if you're looking up the actual name for it, he's on TDR now. It's ES. Okay, cool. So Isaac found it. Yes. Yeah. So the S&P is going to be this one, ES. I can't figure out what the Dow Jones is though. I know it's like this too. It only has 2 letters. But if you wanted to trade exactly how US 30 is traded, it would be this future. Not this exact future, but it'd be the one for, let me see, why maybe? No. But yeah, so if you guys want to trade on TD Ameritrade, you know, you guys can look on the website and sign up. The only problem is that they only approve certain people. So when you apply for it, it took me a long time to get approved for an account with TD Ameritrade for Forex because they're pretty strict with, you know, who they approve because they don't want random people just trading on TD Ameritrade and losing their money and lose your money. So let me see. Yeah, if you guys want to go to the website, it's just tdameritrade.com. You know, I'm not going to waste everyone's time and, you know, go through this because we still have a couple questions. We have like 19 questions, I think. So I'm gonna pass on this right now, guys. So if you guys have any other questions, we can go over this later. But I want to go over the questions in the Q&A right now because. Oh yeah, so let's see. I'm just gonna check this out real quick. We have a couple more questions with TD Ameritrade before we go over. So Isaac said, can you find gold on? I think gold is GS or something like that, right? Let me go check real quick. Gold future TD symbol. Or it might be DX actually. Okay, so DX/DX. Oh, C-Suk said it's GC. All right, so /GC. Oh, there we go. So there's the gold future. This is gonna be basically. Yeah, it looks perfect. So 1700, 1722. Let's pull up gold real quick. Dang, C-Suit, that was perfect. On point. Let's see, we have where's gold at? Yeah, it's pretty close. It's not exactly on point, but you know, TD Ameritrade would have the real numbers. So it looks like gold would be 1718. So yeah, C-Seeker's right. The gold future is gonna be /GC. It's pretty close. It's 1722. The only problem with, like, it's moving here because, you know, this isn't the Forex market, but if you're trading the actual future, the future market's closed right now, so that's why it's not moving. But I'm sure when it opens up, it's going to open up to, you know, that price. So yeah, there's gold. Craig said the E-mini Dow Jones continuous contract. All right, let's check this out real quick one more time, guys, before I get off this, because Craig and CC found it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is the E-mini. If you guys want to trade US 30, the E-mini, it'll be /YM. Looks about right. Yeah, because US 30, the price is 27.45 right now. 27.45, and it's 27.44. So this is what it is. It's gonna be /YM. Thanks, guys, man. Teamwork right there, guys. So yeah, thanks, Craig, Sisu. Thanks, Isaac, for, you know, giving us the heads up on TD Ameritrade. Thanks, everyone. And Hamisia, thanks for S&P as well. So Nandi, if you want to look into TD Ameritrade, you know, feel free. I'm just gonna warn you that the platform is super complicated. It's this platform right here, Thinkorswim. It looks cool and it works very well if you figure out how to use it. It took me like months to learn how to trade on this thing. Nani said, "Yeah, I think I'm okay." Yeah, Nani, just stick with. I mean, I don't recommend Hugo's way, but I guess just stick with him until, you know, you grow that account, and then you can move to a different platform. There's another platform you can trade on. It's called TradeStation. I'm looking into them as well, but if I'm going to be trading on FTMO, I'm probably not going to trade on them because I'm using LMAX right now, which is also a good broker, but they require 10,000 minimum for you to trade with them. So this is another platform you can trade on, TradeStation, which they're pretty good, and they're supported on TradingView, so you can take a look at them. I'm not sure how they work, but if you can link it to your TradingView, it'd be pretty easy because you can just you can just trade right on the chart. So you know, those are the recommendations I can give for, you know, alternative indices brokers. But if I find anything better, I'll let you guys know, because obviously, you know, I'm going to share it with you guys as well. But okay, let me keep going down the questions. Ernest is asking about Forex.com. So Forex.com doesn't carry indices, Ernest, so you'd have to use a separate broker for if you want to trade US 30 or any of the other indices. Okay, friend. Oh, Paco's here. Hey, Paco, is he still in here? Francisco. A, B, C, D, E, F. No, so Paco's not here, but Paco's question was, is it a good idea to add a position to US 30? So personally, I don't add any more positions to my existing positions because that just adds more risk to the trade. You know, if you're in a trade and you're already worried about a trade, you know, I'm not going to double down. I know Paco's asking that because he's like the king of doubling down on everything. He's like the over leveraged king over here. So I know Paco probably went double down on that, even before I answered the question. But personally, I wouldn't add any extra positions to you know, what I already have open, because that's just a lot of risk to put on. Let me keep going down the questions. Anthony said, what about AvaTrade on indices? So if you're not located in the US and you're able to have an account with AvaTrade, I personally haven't used them before, but everyone recommends them and says that they're great. So if you can use them, yeah, I would go with them. You know, if I could use them, I'd use them as well, but they just don't accept US clients right now. So unfortunately, I have to stick with, you know, what I have at the moment. And Ernest said, I have learned a lot about the Thinkorswim. Yeah, Ernest, if you learn Thinkorswim, it's a great platform to trade on. It's just really complicated if, you know, if you're not good at learning things, you know, very easily, because it's got a pretty steep learning curve. Isaac said, just open LLC account with LMFX. Are they safe to? Honestly, I haven't heard good things about LMFX. I know C-Soup has used them and he thinks they're fine, but personally, from other people that I've gotten, you know, reviews from, that I haven't had one person say that they were good. So personally, I wouldn't put 100,000 in that account. I'm not sure if they're are they regulated. Let's check real quick. Yeah, C-Soup said LMFX has spread and commission, and they're not regulated. I for sure would not put 100,000 in that account then. Yeah. So be careful with, and they're located in Macedonia. So go look to your account if it goes missing. I personally wouldn't go with them if that's the case. Let's see, Dion said, what about a pair like Euro NZD, for example? Here, so let's see, Dion, are you still here? Dion's still here. All right, perfect. So let me look at EN real quick. Okay, yeah, so I already went over that. So let me go to the next question. Anonymous attendee, what are those transparent green and red lines called? So these transparent green and red lines are the K2 TS indicator. Basically what they are is they indicate the direction of momentum of price. So as you can see right here, you know, price is coming down, it has a sell signal, and then it continues downwards right here. It's in a downtrend, so since it's in a downtrend, if the signal is going the opposite direction of trend, then generally that just means that it's a retracement candle. And then again, so much right here, we had a sell signal, but it was at support. So this is pretty much where the trend ends. So right here, we had a buy signal, and if price broke above here, you know, obviously momentum swung up, swung down, swung up, swung down, swung up, swung down. So these vertical indicators, or you know, these vertical lines right here, are the K2 TS indicator. And if you want access to these indicators, these are all available to everyone. You just need to go on our website and sign up for a subscription to the K2 strategy. If you sign up to the K2 strategy, they come with all of the indicators and all the premium groups and all the webinars and pretty much everything. So if you go on our website here, we do have a trial going on if you guys aren't aware. So you just scroll down to the bottom, and then we have the $50 trial right here. And then the $50 trial comes with the K2 Proprietary Trading System videos, which are all of the K2 strategies. I'll pull up the, let me see if I can pull up the course for you guys so you guys can see. All right, here we go. So right here, so pretty much if you do the $50 trial, you'll get all the indicators and all the strategies and all the premium groups. And then once you have access to the course, this is what the course looks like. Pretty much the course has the getting started tabs over here. You know, it tells you the links. It gives you your unique links to all the Telegram groups. You know, how to get trading for free. My watch list right here if you want to you know, trade exactly how I do. And then directions how to get the indicators, basically the indicator that you're asking for. Right here we have the introduction to new traders, description of how to use TradingView, you know, how I draw trend lines or resistance, you know, the two main things that you really need to know. And then on top of that, we have all of the K2 strategies right here. So we have the K2 original official intraday strategy, the K2 momentum pullback strategy, K2 scalping strategy, their descriptions of each indicator, and the strategy I was just describing earlier, which would be the K2SR zone trading strategy. And these are all available to you if you know, if you have access to the K2 strategy subscription. Let me keep going down the list. All right, cool. Awesome, yeah. So Isaac said he just purchased the $50 trial last week, which is awesome. I'm sure Isaac's learning a lot, and he has access to the indicator, so you know that's cool. Because then now he can trade exactly how I do. Because literally the way I trade is exactly what's taught in the course. I don't do anything different. You know, I don't hide the ball. I pretty much show you guys exactly what I do, and then you guys can mimic exactly what I do when I call trades and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys are interested, you know, it's available to everybody. You know, you just sign up. You know, and $50, you can make that $50, or you know, even the normal subscription with a couple trades. Like you've seen, you guys have seen James's results. Like, you know, James signed up with us not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, and he's made like nearly $4,000 with us. You know that, and what James didn't even pay for the month. James paid for the whole year. So he's set with K2 for the rest for an entire year. And you know, if he's making 4,000, yeah, exactly. And James said, yeah, look at me, paid it for a year. So yeah, James paid for a whole year. James paid he paid $1,200 to have K2 for a year. So let's see. So he made about 4,000 this week, about 4,500. So you know, if you make 4,500 every week times 4 times 12, he would have locked in, you know, 260, 260, my numbering is off, but basically 200,000 a year, and then you just subtract his subscription to K2 for 1,200, and you know, his take home is a lot. It's huge. So you know, this is the potential here. If you're trading with K2, you're trading a decently sized account. But yeah, man, every time I look at James's results, I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, I don't know. To me, that's pretty huge for someone that just joined us, because it took me a long time until I started making, like, you know, pretty big and consistent profits. But yeah, let me keep going down the list. Gene said the good news about the 30 is that there are a lot of imbalance higher. Oh yeah, definitely, Gene. So let's see, Gene's still in here. Let me see. Gene, it doesn't look like Gene's still in here, but Gene, yeah, Gene's right. So so Gene, what Gene was talking about was the 30-minute chart. So he was talking about the imbalance and the price going higher. So let me go to another pair that we were trading last week. So like using Euro USD for example, he was talking about going on the 30-minute. So if you're applying the original K2 strategy, the original K2 strategy is super simple as well. So pretty much the original K2 strategy, I'll just show you guys an example. I went over this last week too. And pretty much what you do is K2, whoops. K2 intraday trading strategy. So first you want to identify a valid K2 signal. 2, identify matching trend meter. 3, enter on open a following candle. So basically, Gene was saying that, you know, due to the current conditions, it'd be great to trade on the 30-minute. Gene was a member with K2 a long time ago, and that was the only strategy that I was teaching back then. But you know, since then, you know, K2's evolved tremendously. So pretty much this strategy is extremely easy. All you do is identify the valid K2 signal. Right here we have a valid buy signal since it's green. The green buy signal with a green bullish candle. Next, you want to identify matching trend meter. The trend meter down here gives you the overall trend on 4 different time frames. So pretty much if it's green down here, this indicates that price is trending in that direction on 4 different time frames, depending on what you choose. So right here, I chose the intraday settings. I set this to the 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. And you can change this to, you know, pretty much whatever you want. If you want to scalp, put them on the lower time frames. If you want to swing trade, put them on the higher time frames. So pretty much, since I'm trading intraday on the 30-minute, you know, we're going to identify the valid K2 signal. We have that here. You identify a matching trend meter. It's green down here. So if it's green and green, you can enter a buy entry. So we'll enter a buy entry. Sorry, go back to where I was. Yeah, so I was right here. We're going to enter a buy entry right over here. So pretty much all those requirements are met. And, you know, obviously, as you can see here, hit profit target. So this would have been a win for about 59 pips, which is, you know, super easy. And going back to Gene's question, you know, with the current market conditions where price is just trending super heavily, you could have taken all of these trades here. So literally, if you were just, you know, applying that strategy, you can see that we have all of these right here. So right here, if we get a buy, you would have won this trade right here for like, actually we wouldn't have taken this because it's at a resistance right there. But if we took this one right here, you know, you'd win 50 pips right there. Again, right here, another 50 pips right there, another one right here, another 50 pips right there, and so on, guys. Like, you could literally take every single buy signal because they match. It's green and green, green and green, green and green. And you're making 50, 50, 30, 40. Literally every buy signal here would have been an automatic win for you. And I have a ton of different ways to apply the indicators and strategies. So depending on your trading style, we have a style that fits you. Whether you like to scalp, whether you like to intraday trade, whether you like to swing trade, it's really up to you. Possibilities are endless with K2. But yeah, I mean, there goes the the intraday strategy. It's real simple. If you took all these trades and just traded US 30, I mean not US 30, your USD, you could have made a ton of profits just taking that basic strategy. Here, let's see. EBN said, I also made about 5K since last week because of our work. Thanks, EBN. That's awesome, man. I love seeing that. I like seeing that K2 members are actually profiting, and they're profiting consistently. We do this every week. If you look at our results for the entire year. So if you go to our results for the year, the results for the year speak for themselves. Like, I'm amazed with my own results. Like, I didn't realize that I was doing that well. So, just from following our results for the whole year, you can see right here, this is from last week. Look how many wins we have. They're back-to-back-to-back wins, straight up. You can see right here, last week we had, 19 wins and 2 losses for Forex for a gain of 1,550 pips. That's a lot of pips for one single week. That's not even including indices. So that's just Forex. And then you look at our indices trade. I think it was 3 or 4 trades. So 3 or 4 trades of US 30 once a day. And then we locked in like well over, I think this was actually 5,000. So right here I have 3,750, but there was actually one more trade that we won. So it was more on the higher 4,000 side. So, this is 1 week trading with K2. And this isn't, you might think that this, we just got lucky that week. But the thing is, if you look at our results for the entire year, I keep pretty accurate data as to all the trades that and these aren't trades that I'm making up. Like, these trades are actually posted. You can go through the premium chat and you can look up all of these trades. See, for January, we had 83 wins, 21 losses. That's a really good win rate for 1,700 pips. February was a slow month. We had 33 wins, 18 losses. It was a bad month, but for a bad month, we still made 500 pips. For March, we had 56 wins, 10 losses, for 3,125 pips. April, we had 38 wins, 12 losses for 1,400 pips. May, we had 50 wins, 21 losses, 1,400 pips. Again, for June, June just started. It's June 9 today. We have 19 wins, 2 losses for 1,500 pips. You can see my consistency here, guys. Like, we never closed the month in negative. And these are only Forex. This isn't even including my US 30 trades. So pretty much, if you guys copy my trades and you guys, even if you guys don't want to learn the strategy, if you guys want to just copy my trades, you guys could be consistently profitable traders. Just copy my trades. But you guys have to follow directions. Like, when I tell you guys to use proper risk management, that's very important, because if you guys want these results, you have to follow proper risk management. Even if you're making smaller profits, it's going to add up at the end of the year. So if you see the totals here, we're barely in June, guys. If you're trading with me and you've been trading with me since June 1st and you're trading standard lot, we would have had a total of 9,879 pips. If you multiply that by standard lot, which is $10 per pip, halfway through the year, you'd be at nearly over 100,000 already, 98,796, which is amazing. Even if you're trading a smaller lot size, you're trading a 0.10, a mini lot, you'd be up close to 10,000. If you're trading the bare minimum, 0.01, you'd be up nearly 1,000. That's a lot of money to a lot of people that live in third world countries and don't really make much at their normal job. Even if you're just copying my trades on the side, possibilities are endless. And then, man, I don't even want to look at the indices results, because if you guys won't even believe these numbers, it's crazy. Look, indices results, 17 wins and 2 losses since last week for 29,750 pips. See, if you're trading standard lot, which I don't think anyone's trading this, maybe James will be at some point because this is a baller. You could have made 297,000 in 2 months trading just US 30 once a day with me. You know, if trading a smaller lot size, a mini lot, you still make nearly 30,000. Even with the smallest lot size is 0.01, you can make $22,975 just in 2 months. You know, that's crazy. Like, I don't know. The results should speak for themselves, guys. You know, I'm not gonna go and convince you guys that you guys should sign up for K2, but you know, obviously, if you guys are having trouble trading, you know, this could be it for you. Right, let me keep going down the list. Let's see. James said my wife said I can buy my bass boat. Ernest, let's go fishing. Oh man, that's awesome. James said I feel like a professional Forex trader now. So yeah, no, that's awesome, James. I'm gonna come visit you one of these days, and we're gonna go fishing and golfing too, since you said you like to golf. 90 said if you're reading this, sign up to K2. Awesome, thanks, 90. Okay, let me keep going down the questions real quick. Oh, there's CT. We were wondering where you were, CT. We were looking for the TD Ameritrade symbols earlier, but everyone kind of worked together and we figured it out. Nice, he just came back from running. All right, so let me keep going down the list. Anthony's asking, what broker does James use? James, I think James might be using Hugo's Way, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's using an unregulated broker right now. But you know, now that he's making a ton, then you know he could totally he can move to a regulated broker if he really wanted to. But you know, that's really unnecessary if he's doing well with Hugo's right now. ACT, have you seen US30? It's looking nice. Oh man, CC wasn't even here. So CT, look, check out James's profit. I was going over James's profit this since last week. So pretty much James last week he only had about 4,000 in his account. So let's see. Yeah, CT. So check it out. Look, he had about 4,000 in his account, and I was telling you about his trade today. He just hit profit, so he closed out with 9,000 for the week. So yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I was scared for him, but geez, great job for Jay. Now he can go fishing on his bass boat. He gets it. Nice. Salim's here too. Yeah, Salim's been doing good. Everyone's doing good. Let me keep going down the questions. VD, so VD, I just looked at EN right now. I think it's the same analysis. I think we have a buy signal for that right now. Or no, actually we don't. Okay, let me switch over to the 4 hour. All right, so I'm back on the 4 hour. It's your USD, so EN actually. Yeah, so for EN right here, we did get a buy signal, but the thing is, it looks like it's losing steam. So personally, I wouldn't enter a buy if you're not already in this trade, if you're taking, you know, the K2 strategy, because the thing is, you know, it might be swinging back right now. So you can see here, we had a buy signal, which is only a retracement because it rejected off these zones right here, and then it bounced down. That's kind of what's happening here. I don't think there's a zone that's been established yet, but if we're anticipating, you know, it looks like, so this is going to be a zone right here. It looks like this area right here looks like it's possibly a zone. So personally, I wouldn't take a buy. You know, if you were in this trade earlier, I would have moved your stop loss and profit, because there's a new zone that's been created right here. So the thing is, it might be coming down. So if you're looking at this trade, you know, I'd probably take a sell from here. Or actually, I would wait for some type of confirmation. There's really no confirmation on my end, you know, indicating the direction of price until, you know, if we get a sell signal, then I'm for sure going to take a sell. But the thing is, we don't have a sell signal yet. I would just wait for it to appear. But if you look at the K2SR levels, you know, the new zone is going to be established right here. So I'd be careful with this trade if you're in a buy. Let's see. Yeah, VD said dropping after coming up to the 661.8 on the 4 hour. Oh, you're looking at the fibs, right? I don't use fibs, so I don't know if I drop properly, but you know, I'll try. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how to draw fibs, VD, so I can't really analyze that for you. But based on K2, VD said, yeah, I use fibs a lot. Yeah, personally, I don't use fibs, so I've tried to learn, but it just seems subjective. Every time I try to learn from some. Okay, you said yeah, 61.8, which would be right here. Actually, yeah, that's pretty good. It might be, because everything's lining up. Like your fibs are lining up with K2, so if they both line up together, I think if we get a sell signal right here, I think you'll be good. But for me, I only like to take trades if I'm very positive that it's gonna go in that direction. So the thing is, I don't like to go against momentum. So until I get a sell signal that's closed, like right here, then I would take it. But right now, it's all speculation. But it does look good. So if you're in a sell, I think you should be fine. Let's see what else we got here. Let's keep going down. Oh yeah, CT said OddCAD hit a hour zone. So let me check on OddCAD real quick. Oh man, what happened to OddCAD? Let me turn on the zones real quick. Those zones right there. Yeah, I would just give it some time because I don't really there's no established zones nearby, but he said on the hour zone, so it's on the hour. Oh yeah, no, CC's right. So there's a heavy zoned area right here. This whole area is zoned right here. And some people ask me why, how do you determine which zone to cover? The reason why I cover this whole zone is because these zones are so small. See, they're only like 10 pips. So the thing is, you wouldn't be trading within those zones anyways. It's only like 8 pips. So that's why I just clear the entire zone, because generally I like the zones to be at least 10 to 15 pips wide before I decide to, consider it an area to enter. So yeah, it actually looks really good. So if you're, wait, aren't I in this trade? I thought I was in that trade. Or whatever, I'm gonna put a sell right there. 95 pips. Got my sell stop ready. Cool. So yeah, I haven't entered that trade yet. Mine isn't active, but it should be activating soon. So let's take that off real quick. Let's see if there's any other questions real quick before I move on. So let's see. Emily's asking if anyone can anyone use those indicators. So is Emily still here? Yeah, Emily's still here. Yeah, Emily. So back to my my response earlier. If you want access to these indicators, you just need to sign up to K2. You just need to have a subscription to the strategy. So if you want to have a subscription to the strategy, we still have the trial going on right now on our website. So if you go to k2trades.com, it's real simple. It's just the K2 name. You just scroll down to the bottom, and then we have the trial down here. If you want to learn more about the strategy, you just click on this right here where it says K2 Trading Strategy Course. Click on that. It'll take you to the website explaining the strategy. And then pretty much right here, it has details. It has a promo video explaining the strategy, everyone's testimonials, some pictures right here, and then it tells you exactly what comes with it. So if you want access to it, the trial is still available. So you're more than welcome to sign up for it if you'd like, and you can have access to the indicators, and you can trade how I do, or you can use them with your own strategy. Sky's the limit. Victor is asking, can you show us the odd cat alert? Oh yeah, sure. So see, Victor still here? Victor's not here, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I need to do it for myself. So when I set an alert, guys, what I do is I get the price. So I go right here, I'll pull the stop loss price, I'll right click on the chart, click add alert, I'll paste the stop loss price right there, and then on the message, I'll just type in OddCAD stop loss hit, just so I can get an alert that prices reach that area. Right here is going to be TP1. So like I do the same thing, copy the price, right click, add alert, and then put the price right there. And I'll set the alert right here for TP1 hit. And then again up here. So right here, I'll put full profit for 95 pips, copy the price, hit OK, click add alert, paste the price up here. Oh shit, why did I do that? Go back. Same thing, paste the price, and then for the message, full TP hit. There you go, it's all set up, and that's how I set up my alerts, you know, for all the trades that I call. Keep going down. Trader Cam. So hey Cam said, bro, you made it in 2 days. What do you do for the other 8 days? I'm gonna take some small trades. I'm just gonna take some very, very light trades, you know, just so I could pass the days. I mean, that's all I really need to do at this point. You know, I don't need to take any unnecessary risk. You know, I just need to, you know, survive the next, or no, not 8 days. I'm like 7 days already, 7 or 6 days. So technically I only have, you know, it was like 4 more days left. So by next week, I'll have my my 50,000 funded account. Let's see. CT said waiting is harder than trading, key to funding. I know, exactly. And you know, that's why they have that requirement there, because, you know, a lot of people get in that psychological, you know, lockdown where they're just like, they want to trade because they have money. You know, but the key is you have to know when to trade and when not to trade. Like, you know, you shouldn't be trading 24 hours a day, even though it's available. You know, that's how you blow accounts, and that's just the game of trading, how people get trapped. Let's see, man, I'm pretty far in profit. I might, no, I'm gonna let it run. I know if I move my stop loss too close, it's gonna be too early. But let me keep going. So Mark is asking, let me see if Mark's still here. Yeah, so Mark's not here anymore, but Mark's asking, is US30 the same as Dow? Yeah, US30 is the same as Dow Jones. So US30, DJ30, and WS30 are all the same. WS30 stands for Wall Street 30. Dow DJ30 stands for Dow Jones 30, and US30 is just US30. Anthony's asking what regulated brokers are good for indices. So like when we spoke earlier, you know, the only one that I really recommend would be TD Ameritrade. There's another one called TradeStation that I'm currently looking at, but you know, I haven't used them, so I can't really recommend that one for anything. Yeah, so I answered Mark's question. Nice, James got it. Spencer said, can you use the K2 system for stocks? Yeah, Spencer, let me see if Spencer's still here. Yeah, Spencer's still. So yeah, Spencer, I actually created the K2 indicator for stocks. It was based on stocks actually. So let's go to normal stock. I don't know if there's a stock that you want me to look at, but you know, I'll go to like something popular like Tesla. So pretty much, you know, if you're trading Tesla, you don't have to use the trend meter down at the bottom, because you know, if you're intraday trading stocks, you just need to know the momentum of price. So you can see right here, you know, you can see exactly if you're trading intraday, obviously you're going to go on the shorter time frames, like 10-minute, and you can literally take every buy signal. So right here we have a buy signal, you have one, you know, whatever amount. Right here, buy signal, whatever amount, buy signal. It just depends on where price is going. You know, you can apply the strategy similar to, you know, how I'm applying it for US30, except you're not always going to get entries. So you can see right here, you know, same strategy. Like if we wait for the stock market to open, which is right here at 6:30, we take the first signal right here, a buy signal. You know, you could have taken that, and then you would have made pretty decent profit right there. Again, right here. So right here at 6:30 when the stock market opened, right here we had a buy signal. It looks like it would have been in drawdown like throughout the entire day, but if you held on to it, it eventually would have hit, you know, 55 bucks in profit. let me see. But yeah, I mean, you get the basic gist of it. It's the same exact strategy. So right here again, 630 first signal right here, sell signal, you know, Tesla. Nice one again right there. And pretty much so on. The strategy works exactly the same as, you know, as it would with US 30. I mean, it just really depends on what you're trading. Obviously, if you're trading a blue chip stock, it's, you know, it's price is going to move a lot smoother. But if you're trading something like, I don't know, I was thinking of some type of penny stock, but, you know, obviously penny stocks are going to be a lot more volatile. But let me, all right, cool. So that answers your question, Spencer. Let me, so Craig, Craig is asking, how are you splitting TP1 and TP2 on Forex? Are you double entering trades? No, so pretty much on Forex.com, when I reach TP1, let me just go to something here. So when I reach TP1, what I do is I just, so say US 30 reaches TP1, right? If it reaches TP1, I just move my stop loss to TP1. So say this is my stop loss down here. As price reaches TP1, I'll just move it to TP1 up here. And then, you know, in this situation, if price was to come down, I'd get stopped out and profit at TP1. Otherwise, it'll keep running to TP2. That's pretty much how I adjust my stop loss, not just for Forex.com, but for all of my positions. I just find that to be, you know, a lot better and easier to apply, rather than, you know, running multiple positions now. Except for my, you know, on my big account, I let that run fully because on that one, I'm not really worried about it because I'm also trading other people's money on that account. So, you know, there's less emotions involved when you're not trading, you know, your own money. So I can pretty much just let that run and then let whatever happens to it happen to it. Craig said using stop loss at TP1. What about spikes? You'll miss those. Yeah, after just spike, I get stopped out at TP1. I mean, there's no big deal because you're still in profit. I mean, the main key is, you know, in risk management to being successful at trading long term is to eliminate your losses. You know, a lot of people get caught up with reaching TP2. You know, it's really not that important, depending on your strategy. If you're trading a high probability strategy that rarely loses, like the K2 strategy, you know, you're better off just, you know, bagging the TP1s. Like, there's no need to always hit TP2. So yeah, I don't really get affected if I don't reach TP2, as long as I hit TP1 and as long as I don't lose. That's the most important thing to me. So I mean, it's all by preference. You know, for you, if you want to go for the full TPs, then yeah, obviously that'd be a concern for you. But me personally, you know, TP1's fine. Like US 30 right here from entry to TP1, that's 1,200 pips. That's like almost $1,000. Similar to let's see, like our EJ trade. So for Euro JPY, TP1 is about, let's see, full profit is going to be, full profit is about 90 pips. So TP1 is going to be about, I think, 45 pips, I think. 45 pips or 53 pips. So the thing is, I trade standard lots. So if I get stopped out at TP1, I still lock in $537, which is not bad at all. You know, obviously, if you're trading a smaller account, you know, it's not going to seem like a lot of money if you're only aiming for 50 bucks or so. But you know, that's the whole beauty in growing your account. Like once you grow your account and you're trading standard lots, you know, you can go for smaller targets. There's no real need to go for the full 90 pips. The only reason people would be concerned with that is if you're trading a strategy that isn't very accurate and has a low win rate. If you're trading a strategy that has like a 50% win rate, like most other people, then yeah, you're gonna have to hit full TP because you're gonna lose more than you win. And if you're not hitting full TP, you know, you're not gonna come out and profit at the end of the month. But if you're trading a high probability strategy that wins more times than it doesn't, like the K2 strategy, then, you know, there's no need for you to hit full TP every time because regardless, if you just minimize your losses and, you know, you could at least hit TP1 majority of the time, you'll close the month out in profit regardless. So I think that's just something that you might have to take into consideration, because a lot of people learn that you need to go for that home run every single time, but that's not really the case here, especially when you have a strategy that wins majority of the time. So let me go back to the questions. All right, so Jared Jackson's asking, I understand that over 10K Hugo's way might get glitchy, like you advised. What platform do you specifically, as you want up at 25K? Let's see if Jared's in here. Yeah, Jared's still here. So Jared, if you're trading Forex, the only broker that I recommend would be Forex.com because I use them. And they're US regulated. So, if you put as much money as you want in that account, they're going to have to adhere to US law. So they're not going to lose your money. They're not going to screw with your account. The good thing about Forex.com too is if, there's slippage and, you lose a trade that wasn't your fault, you can just call up support and they'll give you a refund on the spot. Like, you don't have to hassle with them. If you reach out to Hugo's Way, you're probably not going to get a response from the support team because they really don't need to listen to you because, they're going to be governed by the law of their little island that they're located on, like Madagascar or something like that. And, their government's not going to care. So if you want to trade a bigger account, I recommend you use a regulated broker like Forex.com or Owanda or TD Ameritrade. I mean, there's a lot of regulated brokers. You can just Google it. But if you're only trading Forex, then I recommend you trade on Forex.com. Let's see what else we got here. So James answered the question. Jared's asking what? Oh, yeah, same question. David's asking, hey Shawn, is AvaTrade to trust? Yeah, I think they're good. A lot of people in our group that are not located in the US trade with AvaTrade, and they only have good things to say about them. So I would use them if you could. Personally, I don't have access to them, so I can't trade with them. Let's see. Felix is asking, what was that FTMO you were talking about? Is Felix still here? Oh yeah, Felix alert. Okay, Felix. So wait, this is the kid Felix, right? I don't think this is the kid Felix, but let me just go to the website because Felix knows Felix knows what FTMO is. So he wouldn't be asking that question unless he's messing with me, which knowing that Felix, he does mess with us. So I don't think that's Felix. So if you go to ftmo.com, or if you want a specific link for it, I do have an affiliate link. I'll just put it here if you want to click on it. It's really up to you. It just helps support K2 if you want to support K2. And if you do click on the link, maybe it'll help you pass it. If you're not already a premium member. If you are a premium member, then you passed the rate. There's no questions asked if you're gonna pass it. Let's see, Stanley in here. Oh man, Stanley's here. I'm proud of Stanley too. See, Stanley passed his challenge phase yesterday. He's in his verification. Once he wins this US 30 trade, he's gonna be funded just like me after today. Stanley's the man. Let me see if I can find his thing up here. I'm not trying to show any details about our conversation, but I'm just gonna show you his verification that he passed because Stanley's come a long way too. He's been with K2 for a cool minute. So look, if you look at Stanley's FTMO right here, see Stanley passed everything. He went straight to verification. He's good to go, and then he just needs to win one more trade, like we're going to be doing today. If we win this US 30, which is looking pretty good so far. Stanley's about to have a 50K account just like me. We're about to make Stanley wants a mansion, so he's about to get that mansion. But yeah, back to Felix's question. So Felix is asking about FTMO. This is the website FTMO. Basically, what you do here is once you just need to prove that you can trade efficiently, and you have good money management skills. And then once you do, so you'll go through a challenge phase where you have to pass certain requirements, and then you go through the verification phase. This is where me and Stanley are right now. We're about to pass this today, hopefully, and then we'll have a funded account right here. We'll become an FTMO trader. So when you're an FTMO trader and you have a funded account, basically you'll have an X amount of money, you know, depending on which account you get. And yeah, at the end of the month, you get to keep 70% of your profits every month. So me and Stanley are doing the 50,000 account, I believe. I know I'm doing it. I don't know about Stanley, but I think he's doing it. But pretty much what you have to do is you have to trade, you have to pass this challenge within 30 days. That's the first challenge. So within 30 days, you have a profit target of $5,000. You know, you have to make this money within 30 days, which is super easy if you trade with K2, because you know, our US 30 strategy hits almost every time, and each time you win, that's about $2,500. You just need 2 or 3 wins to pass the challenge. So once you pass that challenge and you make $5,000, you have a maximum loss of 5,000. So that's also not a problem, because we rarely lose. We rarely lose at K2, especially with the US 30. So the thing with that is, like, I mean, you're pretty much set. If you can copy my trade properly and you know, don't take any shortcuts. Oh, he said I'm a different Felix. Yeah, my bad, Felix. We're just messing with you. Or that might be another Felix as well. So that Felix is anonymous, but we have another Felix in here that asked the question. So we might have a couple of Felixes in here. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So pretty much during the challenge phase, you have 30 days to make $5,000, which is extremely easy. You literally just have to pass. You just have to take 2 of my trades. You take 2 of my trades, you win. You pass the challenge. The hard part is that you have to trade for a minimum of 10 days. So even though you make that $5,000, you still have to trade for 10 days. But I have a secret. So pretty much all you have to do is take some very basic, you know, 0.01 penny trades. You just take 1 random trade a day and just close it out. Just take it, close it out, and then you lock in a day. You do that for 10 days, pass the challenge automatic. That's how Stanley was. You can see Stanley here. He passed the challenge exactly in 10 days, just like me. You know, he was just on profit target. He followed directions. You know, if you follow directions and you listen to what I tell you, you'll pass this. You'll get a funded account. Like, he was just right over the 5,000. That's all you need. You don't have to go for 6,000, 10,000, 20,000. It's not gonna give you no extra points. Like, just do what you're told, and then you'll pass the challenge. So pretty much, he's passed the challenge. We're in the verification phase right here. The verification phase is so much easier because now you get 60 days to pass the challenge, and you only need to make 2,500. That's like nothing. That's 1 trade. So you take 1 trade to make 2,500. The issue again here is 10 days. You have to trade for 10 days. Do the same thing I just said. You just, you know, take some whatever trades for, you know, the remaining days. And then once those 10 days are over, you're an FTMO trader. You get a $50,000 funded account. Pretty much every month, if you pretty much at the end of the month, you know, all your profits, you get to keep 70% of it. So like I was saying earlier, you know, each trade is worth 2,500. So if you do 2,500 a day, which is just 1 trade a day, you multiply that by 3, because you have 3 winning days. The way I did that was because say we do 4 days, right? We trade 4 days out of the 5 days in the week. So 2,500 times 4. Oh shit, sorry. 2,500 times 4, and then say we lose 1 trade. You know, I'm gonna be modest here. We lose 1 trade every single time, which is fine. Like, you know, you lose 1 trade. Oh wait, I painted math wrong. Oh, no, I was right. Okay, so minus 2,500. Okay, so 7,500 a week times 4, because it's 4 weeks in a month. Well, generally, you know, 30,000 a month. Multiply that by 70%. Me and Stanley are taking home 21,000 each a month. Like, doing nothing, taking 1 US 30 trade a day, copying my trade. You know, this will cover your K2 subscription for the year in like 1 trade. It's a no-brainer. You might as well trade with them. And then once you have the account, you know, it's pretty much risk-free trading for the rest of your life. And then you can scale that account up, and then, you know, just keep growing it. Once you have enough money, just trade your own account. Then you keep 100% of the profits. You know, easy as that. CT said, are the rules the same once funded? Yeah, so pretty much once you're funded, there's no minimum. I don't know why they have this here, minimum trading days, because you have to trade for, you know, the month. But you keep the same daily and maximum loss. And, you know, I figured out how to, you know, stay funded forever. So like I said, at the end of the month, we take 2,600. What I'm going to do, or 26,000, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave 5,000 in the account. So in this situation, when I leave 5,000 in the account and I don't withdraw that, my maximum loss goes from 5,000 to 10,000. So I could lose more trades and not worry about anything. So literally I'll have funded account for the rest of my life. And I'll just keep bagging this 26,000 every month times 12. Stanley's gonna get that mansion in a couple, I don't know, like maybe in a year, 2 years, if he keeps doing this, keeps it up. Then after this, I'm gonna move to the 100,000 account. Like, bro, when you move to the 100,000 account, the possibilities are literally endless. Because okay, so say we're doing 2,500 a day, right? So instead of that, we're doing 5,000 a day. We're gonna multiply that by 3 days because we're gonna have one loss every week, being modest. So pretty much 15,000 a week, multiply that by 4, 60,000 a month, multiply that by 70 because you're taking 70% home, right? 42,000 a month, just trading one trade a day, my US 30 trade, on an account that has no risk. Literally, it's a win-win for me, you, everyone. Multiply that by 12. Stanley's taking home 500K a year, like taking one trade a day, living in his mansion, doing whatever he wants to do on whatever extra time he's got. It's as easy as that, guys. So I mean, yeah, I broke it down for you. It's really easy. There's a lot of potential here, and I can help you pass. Like me and Stanley will be, the examples of K2, what's possible. But yeah, pretty much there goes that. That's FTMO. If you guys are interested, I put the link in the Zoom chat. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So Ben's asking, what lot size on US 30 do you recommend for 50K? So the way that I calculate my lot size is maximum risk. So say we're trading with a 1,500 pip stop loss, right? If I'm trading that, then I'm going to be taking a 15 lot size. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that there are mini lots. So, or micro lots, or whatever it is, micro or mini lots. So it's not really 15 standard lots. What it is, it's 15 micro lots. So the equivalent to 15 micro lots is actually 0.15. That's the position size, which is not that much. It just looks like a lot because it's a micro lot. So the way that I calculate that is I multiply 1.5 times 1,500 because we're risking 1,500 pips. So when I do that, this is how much I'm risking. So I'm risking 2,250 to make 2,250. My daily limit on a 50,000 account is 2,500. So this is under the 2,500. It gives me some cushion for any slippage or commission or any of that. So I'll never go over the daily maximum loss. So regardless as to whether I lose a trade, I'm not tripping because I'm still under the limit and I can trade again tomorrow and make that back and then some. So if depending on your risk, if it's a 1,500 stop loss, then I'd go with 15 lots. If it's a bigger loss, so like say 1.5 times, say a 2,000 stop loss, obviously you're gonna have to take a smaller lot size. Instead of 15, you're gonna take maybe a 14. Multiply that by 2,000. That's still too high. Okay, so let's go to 1.2 times 2,000. It's a little better. So your risk can be 2,400. It's still pushing it because your max loss is 2,500. So maybe let's go a little lower. So maybe we'll do 11 lots, 11 micro lots. So 1.1 times 2,000. You're only risking 2,200 to make 2,200. You're still under the limit. You're fine. So it just really depends on how much you would like to risk. Here, Felix, I'm gonna put the link right there. Let's see, I'm gonna grab Stanley real quick. All right, Stanley, you can talk.
Yo.
Oh, it's good, Stanley.
Chilling, eating McDonald's right now.
And you got Got to eat that filet mignon soon once you pass this thing. Soon enough. For profit.
Already. Fucking, I was thinking when you risking like 2250, like I know we win a lot of the US 30 trades, but say for example, if we lose 2 of them in a row, how would you go about taking the next trade?
So if I lose one trade, then I'll minimize my risk on the next one, obviously, because I don't want to lose my max, you know, because it's gonna be 5,000, obviously. Okay, but here's the thing. So say we won 3 trades, right? So say we're up 2,500, we won 2 trades, we're up 5,000, right? Your max loss goes up to 10,000. So you got some cushion right there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in that situation where you were saying, you know, if you say you just started the challenge and you took 1 loss, so you're already at, you know, your max loss is now 2,500. Obviously, you're going to take smaller lot sizes instead of taking a 15 lot. You know, you might want to take it easy. You might want to take a 10 lot. You might want to take something even less than that. You know, it's just you got to take it by case basis. But you know, just going off our results, you know, there's rarely a time where we have a back-to-back loss. Like I don't think it's ever happened before. So, you know, just going off, you know, data and, you know, our results, personally, I don't think that'd be like a huge issue. But yeah, if you ever end into that situation, then I would just lower the lot size to maybe a half lot, because instead of risking 2,200, you can risk 1,100, and then I'll give you an extra chance after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was already thinking that, but I feel like maybe some people might not even think about that. So.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, 100%. But yeah, you know that's why we're available in the group. Like, you know, if anyone has any questions like that, or you know, gets lost, you know, me and you, we're pretty much ahead of the pack right now. Like we're the only ones that are, you know, going to get funded soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wondering too. Once we pass the challenge, right, and the verification, do we still have to hit a profit target every month?
Nah, no profit target. So you can see right here, once you're FTMO trader, profit target's X'd out. So depending on how much you make, you know, if you make 1,000 that month, and then you multiply that by 70, you only take home 700, but you're still taking home some profit. So it's just really, you know, it's up to you if you want to go hard or if you want to take it easy a month. There's really no profit target to reach once you're funded.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's it for FTMO. I don't know if anyone else here has. Let me go down the list.
Yeah, you can't mute me now.
All right, cool. I'll take you back off. All right, let me keep going down the list real quick. Emily's asking what regulated broker has indices. Like I mentioned before, I think the only one that I really recommend that I've used personally would be TD Ameritrade. Let's see what else. James said, one thing I'd like to say is thanks Shawn and Aaron, because I haven't found anyone that takes time with their group as both of you do. Real talk. Thanks, James. Yeah, definitely, man. I just want, you know, I want success for everyone. You know, I'm a successful trader. I want everyone else to be on my level at some point, you know, one or the other. Let me see what else I got here. I'm just gonna go down the questions real quick. Oh, sorry about that, Felix. You know, my messages were going to the panelists only. There you go, Felix. I think you should see that now. Yeah, so if you sign up there, you know, that'll help K2. And then, you know, just reach out to me personally, you know, and I'll help you out with, you know, how to pass and stuff like that. You know, if you're a premium member, then you'll have access to my trades, so you can just copy my US 30 trades, and you know, you can pass just doing that. That's what Stanley did pretty much, and how everyone else is doing in the group. But you know, if you're not a premium member, then you know, I can still give you tips on what to do. You know, it might not be as easy for you to pass a test, but you know, I can still give you tips and help you out. Here, let me see what else we got here. I'm just gonna go through the rest of the XTML questions before I move on. Trader Cam said, on a 100K account, what size lot? 20 lot. Like I said earlier, it depends on the risk. So if you're taking a 1500 pip, so let's do 1.5 times 1500. Oh no, wait. 2.0 times 1500. So yeah, that'd be good because you're only going to be risking 4,500 to make 4,500, and your max loss is going to be 5,000. So that's going to be within your maximum loss for the day. So you're perfectly fine taking that if you'd like. Let's see what else we got here. All right, Jared said for a 25K account of a brokerage, what would you recommend? Same answer earlier. I mean, once you go above 10K, you're gonna, well, even if you're under 10K, I would never recommend an unregulated broker to K2 members because, I only recommend what I believe in, and I don't believe in unregulated brokers. Even though I do use Hugo's Way for my personal US 30 account, I'm not gonna recommend them. Like, I'll tell you that I use them, but I'm not gonna tell you to use them because I just don't trust them. And I'm not gonna recommend stuff that like that people that I don't feel safe with. Jared said, what is the average about you keep in there? I only keep 1,000, so I keep about 1,000 to 1,500, somewhere in between there. Whenever I go over, I always make a withdrawal because it's happened to me one time where, like I was mentioning earlier, it's about 7 p.m. right now. Once it gets to 10 p.m., from 10 p.m. to midnight, Hugo's Way starts to act real funky. Like, if you want to you see for yourself, put it in a trade, like put it in a small trade, like a penny trade, a 0.01 on any pair. I'll put it in around 10 p.m. You're going to see it's going to be hard for you to get a trade. You're going to lose. You're not going to be able to connect to the servers. I don't know what goes on with them during that time, but during that time, like, everything is just, it's impossible to even get a hold of. And what happened to me was I had an account that was like 5,000, and that happened when I was trading. Oh yeah, so Jared said I've seen it, and my take profits don't execute. Yeah, that's happened with me before, where pretty much I wasn't able to get out of my trade. I was in a US 30 trade and I was scalping, and I wasn't able to get out, and I lost my entire account, basically my entire account. I blew my account in a few minutes because Hugo's wouldn't let me exit, and price just started moving like crazy. And that's the first time I witnessed it. And I almost gave up US 30 because I was so mad. But I love US 30, so there's no way I was going to give it up. So what I did was I started to trade smart. Instead of trading at night, I just trade at the same time every day in the morning. And it's worked out fine for me. So if you do trade with Hugo's Way, I recommend that you stay away during that time from 10 p.m. to midnight. Just don't trade at all. Oh, no way. Felix said Hugo's Way did the same thing to me last night. Lost 25K. That's crazy. Yeah, that's insane, Felix. I mean, I don't trust Hugo's Way, and I don't recommend it to anyone, even though I use it myself. Jared said 1,500. So you're doing $1 a pip. Depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If you want to do $1 a pip on Hugo's Way, that's going to be a 0.10. So if you do a 0.10, that should be $1 a pip. If you do a 0.01, that's going to be 10 cents per pip. So depending on what your goals are. Personally, I'm more focused on this right now. I'm focused on FTMO, so I don't go heavy on my personal account anymore because I'm focused on passing this so that I can trade risk free. So once I'm done with this, then maybe I'll go back and trade a little more on the Hugo's Way. But currently, I just trade on FTMO. Well, I still have my Hugo's Way, but my main focus is going to be FTMO. I think I have it open right here. Yeah, so here's my so real quick. I'll try to share my login details. Yeah, so I have my Hugo's Way open right here. It's not much. It's a 0.01. I'm just doing bare minimum because I'm not really trying to risk that much. I'm in profit like 20 bucks. But I'm more focused on my FTMO, like I said earlier. On my FTMO, I'm up like I'm about like 700 up right now. And then this is my Hugo's Way. It's pretty small. But I used to trade big lot sizes until, until I figured out they were messing with my money, and I just didn't really trust them anymore. So Craig said, so I'm still in US 30 at Hugo's weight. Should I close it or let it ride? I would just let it ride. Probably by 10, I might close it. Yeah, let me go back to the question. I think I skipped over a couple. All right, so we have one question from Craig. Craig said, FTMO mentions 2 programs, normal and aggressive. I'm only doing normal. Aggressive isn't really necessary because I'm only trading once a day, so I don't really actively trade. If you're scalping, then yeah, aggressive would be better because you'll have a bigger maximum loss. But if you're only doing my US 30 trade, then you're fine with the normal. Oh, man, what happened to US 30, dude? US 30 is so annoying, bro. Let me drop back down. It's fine. I'm gonna let it run. I've seen this too many times. But yeah, that's pretty much the difference between the two. So let me go over to it. So you can see right here, they have aggressive. The only difference is your profit target's higher. So it actually makes things a lot harder for you. So your profit target's higher, your maximum loss is lower, but you have the same amount, you have the same account. So it doesn't really make a difference. The main difference is that you can lose more, but you have to make more. So it's counterproductive. You're still gonna, if you're maximizing your risk, you might as well just do the normal because you could pass this in the same amount of time. And then once you get funded, just go for the 100. Honestly, I would just go with the 100,000 because you're gonna have to pay more to do the aggressive anyways. It's 540 to do aggressive. You do normal, it's the same price for a bigger account. So I mean, that's the main difference. Yeah, that's pretty much it. CT asked the same question too. So we asked the difference between normal and aggressive. Not much. They just give you more leeway to lose more or make more. But if you're risking the same amount, it's going to be the same thing. You might as well just go for the bigger account. Okay, let's see. Kyle said, where do we send the initial startup to and how much to start? Yeah, so Kyle, when you go to the FTMO website, I'll put the link here again. Here's the link, Craig. I mean, not Craig, sorry, Kyle. Kyle, there's the link right there. When you go to the link, you'll just scroll down. So I'll just put the link up here. This is the FTMO website. You'll just scroll down, and then you'll just click here to start challenge. And then once you start challenge, you'll just choose, how much capital you want, and then you'll pay it on the website. And then once you pay it on the website, they'll send you an MT4 login, and then you can log in and sign up, and then you'll be good to go. Let's see. Let me go back down the questions. Keith said CAD-JPY setting up for London. That could be true. There we go. US 30's coming back up. Man, I just want to make enough to pass this challenge. That's what it really is. Like, I would exit this trade right now because I'm already pretty decent in profit, but I really just want to pass the challenge because I'm not going to trade tomorrow because it's a heavy news day. So I just want to pass the challenge, get it over with, and get my funded account. That's pretty much it. So let me go to CAD-JPY real quick for Keith. CAD-JPY. Let me go back. I'm gonna go to my 4-hour chart right here. Let's get these mixed up. So CAD-JPY. Oh yeah, you're right. So this is the trade we still have active. If you're in premium, you guys are probably in this trade right now. Basically, Keith said that it's setting up right now, which it looks like it is perfectly. Let me look at the zones. So there's no zones on the 4-hour. One chart that that CT goes on a lot would be like the 1-hour, and it's in a heavy zoned area right here. So yeah, it's actually in a zone right now. So yeah, if we get some nice rejection off here, Keith, you can definitely see that shoot on down for full TP. Real nice. Which is what I see happening. You know, it's in a consolidation zone right here. Once it rejects, that's confirmation. Once it breaks below, you know, game over. We're going home. Full TP right there, 110 pips. So I mean, we're just gonna have to give it some time. So we got a couple hours. So maybe by the next 4-hour candle, like maybe not the next, because the next is at 10. So maybe by 10 it'll close below, and then after that it'll have a nice momentum swing down. So that should be good to go. Let's see what else we got here. CT said I put a tight stop on CJ. Tired of waiting. I know we were talking about this earlier. His man CT's TP was way down here. I was like, bro, you're gonna try to catch that? That's a big move. Which I mean, it could happen. Honestly, it could happen, but you know, that's not something that I would want to wait for, especially with FOMC tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna happen, honestly. Actually, it might help you because technically FOMC is probably going to give some good data, not great data, but good data because you know the U.S. is reopening, so you know, the unemployment rate is going to lower because jobs are reopening. But I don't think that's going to be enough to, you know, I don't know, honestly. The fundamentals don't work as they usually do, so it could literally go either way. Since JPY is a safe haven currency. Let's see. It should hit that balance. Let's see. Yeah, no, he said set 78,500. Yeah, no, I think it should too. But that'll probably happen by Friday. I don't think it's gonna happen overnight. But it would be a good hold because if it was to reject off here, it'll probably shoot down, and then probably consolidate around this area. Let me look at the zones real quick. Oh, there's no zones and so actually you could be right because there's nothing stopping it. It's in open field right now. So yeah. I'll keep watching that with you. We'll see how that goes. See what else we got here. So that's good. Anonymous attendee. So if premium, you think we should do the FTMO account? So I want to recommend FTMO. I think it's a great company and I think it's legit. But I'm not going to fully recommend it until I get my first withdrawal. You know, because I don't want you guys to go and do this challenge and waste your time on this and not be able to get what you were working for. But once I do make my withdrawal, then I'll let you guys know, obviously, so I can confirm that it's legit, and then it's good. But the thing is, if you're willing to take the risk, then why not? Because basically, once you have a funded account, all your trading is gonna be risk-free because you don't have to risk your own money. Because once you pass the challenge and the verification, you get funded. They also refund you your sign-up fee. So the sign-up fee that you use to sign up to whatever, to whatever account size that you're trying to aim for, you'll get that money back. So you're literally trading risk-free, and then you're just collecting profits every month. So I do recommend it, to some extent, but I'm not going to give you the 100% recommendation until I get my first withdrawal. And that's just me caring about, K2 members, because I'm not, I don't really get anything out of, promoting FTMO unless someone signs up with, the K2 link, which I don't require, but, and the thing is the commission is not that high. So I'm not really getting that much from that click. Like when you guys click on that link, I'm getting like $20, which is nothing literally, but, it does help K2 in to some extent where, I could use that to pay for whatever services to help you guys out even more. Whether it be data or whatever else I can do to help you guys out. I'm here for you guys, and I just want to see you guys succeed with me. One more question from Keith. So Keith says, should I start the challenge now or wait till Sunday? Keith, I would start ASAP because the thing is, let me go back to that. So see the trading date, the minimum trading day is 10 days. So if you start today, you can start knocking off those 10 days because the thing is you're going to pass this challenge in like with two trades anyways. So, you know, if you wait till Sunday, it's going to take you even longer to get a funded account. You know, the minimum that you can get this in is going to be 20 days because you need 10 days for the challenge, 10 days for the verification. If you wait till Sunday, so it's what's today, Tuesday? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you're going to add another 5 days to that. Instead of getting funded in 10 days, you're going to get funded in 25 days. And that just slows your process to making money. So I would just start ASAP. Let's see, I'm gonna go back to, so we're all done with the questions. I'm gonna just go down the chat now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A. You know, because once I get done with all the questions in the chat, then I'm probably gonna get off. We've been on for about 3 hours now, which, you know, I don't mind. I'll be on with you guys as long as you guys want. But if there's no more questions, I'm probably gonna, you know, head to dinner after this. So let's see. Jared was asking, what was the amount of target profit doing the premium again for 100K? So if you're doing 100K, the profit targets is 10,000, which is not that bad because, like I was saying earlier, you know, I calculate the risk where I max risk out. So if you're trading, like what Ken was saying, you know, 20 lot size 2.0 times a 15,000, 1,500 stop loss. Oh, sorry, that's not right. So 20 times 1,500. I know that wasn't right. What was it? Oh, 25 times 1,500. I feel like my calculations are off right now. 25. So maybe 30. Okay, 30 times a 1,500. Okay, that's better. Okay, so if you're taking a 30 lot size with, because obviously, you know, your max loss is 5,000, your risk is going to be 4,500 per trade, so you're fine. So if you win 3 trades, or you win 2 trades, so you win 2 trades, that's 9,000. You're only 1,000 shy of the profit target. And then if you add another, so I'm just gonna do 4,500 times 3. You know, you win three of my US 30 trades, you've already made 13,500 profit because we trade with a calculated risk. So, you know, you win 3 trades and then you pass the challenge. Now you just have to pass those 10 days. What you do in those 10 days is you just take penny trades. You take a 0.01 and you do it for like a pip. So multiply that by 1. And yeah, you make a penny, but who cares about the penny because you already passed the profit target and then you just need to finish the 10 days. So pretty much that's pretty much it, you know? So let's see what else. CT, yeah, I'm gonna skip news tomorrow. I'm gonna skip the New York session tomorrow because there's news freaking all day, bro. I don't know if you saw the calendar, but dude, there's news all day. There's news at 5:30 a.m. You know, the CPI, that's gonna heavily affect it. And then again, we have news at 11 a.m., which is, I mean, that's not enough time in between to even trade. And then again, you know, the press conference with the official minutes. So personally, I'm just going to avoid a New York session tomorrow because it's just not worth the risk. You know, I might give out trades, but I'm personally not going to trade myself. Actually, no, I'm probably not going to give trades because I'm obviously not going to be looking for trades if I'm not trading. Kem said, does Bitcoin run on the weekends? Yeah, it does. So I forgot who did it, but someone did over the weekend where they traded Bitcoin and, you know, they just knocked out the days. I actually did the same thing. I traded XRP, but it didn't work. They just kicked me out. So I didn't make any profit, but they counted my trading day, which was perfect. That was all that I wanted. But yeah, that's about it. Jared said, meaning your profit take home at the end of the month, getting your percentage after you pass a challenge and also appreciate your time. Yeah, definitely. So meaning, so you take 70% of the profit at the end of the month. So like I was saying earlier, you know, if you're making 4,500 a trade, and then you have 3 wins for the week. So that's 30. There's 13,500 a week. Multiply that by 4. That's 54,000 a month. So you do that, you multiply it by 70 because you're taking 70%, and then your take home is going to be 37,800 every month. Multiply that by 12, you're taking home well over 400,000 annually. And then obviously, you have to figure out your own tax situation. But there's a way around that. I'm not going to tell you guys how, but just speak to a tax accountant, start your own trading company, and then you get that figured out. But yeah, I mean, pretty much that's it. It's simple because thing is, I only trade US 30 once a day, and if just looking at the results, like I mentioned earlier, so I can pull it up real quick. The results for a US 30 for this year, not even this year, it's just the past 2 months. 17 wins and 2 losses. Technically, it's 20 wins. I did the math wrong. Sorry, guys. But yeah, pretty much, 17 wins, 2 losses. So if you took those trades and you had, 17 times, what was it, 4,500, and then it had 2 losses, right? So you subtract that by 4,500, you still make 67,000. So you take home 70%. You still take home 47,000. So, I mean, the numbers look huge, but I think once you actually do it, your eyes are gonna be wide open once you realize how possible this is. All right, Kent's going to sleep, so I'll see you tomorrow, Kenton. Hopefully, you wake up to some profits with our active positions. CT said, once you make 5K, would you recommend taking the FX calls like at 0.5-ish? Might as well make more without risking the FTMO. Maybe. I was thinking about that, CT. I was thinking about taking, all of my FX calls because they're pretty accurate too. They're not on as point as the US 30, but yeah, obviously they're very high probability of winning too. So I was thinking about doing that as well. And CT said, once I pass, I can insure you on my policy and write it off. Not trying to be morbid. Yeah, no, that's funny. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. I mean, there's if you find the right tax guy, there's a lot of possibilities. And we have one more question. Can you do the FTMO and just use your signals to pass the challenge? Yeah, that's exactly what everyone's doing. So let me see if I can go down the premium chat. So if you look at the premium chat over here and type in FTMO, we can just scroll up and see everyone's stuff here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. Literally everyone's talking about FTMO. See, you can see everyone's, or actually we'll just go to the profits here. So if you look at the profits that everyone posts, everyone that has IMAX or LMAX on their profits, they're doing the challenge. They're just copying my trades. See, like IMAX right here, they're doing a smaller account. So I think this is Felix. He's trying to get the 5,000 account or something. But if you look at everyone's results here, it's basically whoever has IMAX as their broker. See, like right here, 3,000. They're doing FTMO account today. Thank you, K2. Who is that? That's Marcus. Marcus is doing FTMO. Everyone's passing the thing, just copying my trades. Like if you're in premium, you're gonna pass the challenge, like no questions asked. It's extremely easy because my rate of winning is very high, even if you're trading your personal account. See IMAX right here. See who is this? Oh, it's Marcus too. So Marcus again, he made like 2,000-3,000. Literally you could just copy my trades right here again. Who's this? Oh, this was me. So right here, made 1,500, easy. Ryan right here, made 400, 500. Another one right there, another 1,200. Everyone's winning. Like literally, you just copy my trades and you're pretty much good to go. But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know if you guys have any other questions. We're all done with the questions for tonight. You know, we've been on for about 3 hours and 5 minutes, so this will be on YouTube in a little bit. But yeah, I don't see anything else on here. So if you guys have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me on the Telegram. You know, if you guys are on the premium, you know, obviously I'm pretty active on there, so I'll be there talking to all you guys as well. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll be doing this again on Thursday. So if you guys want to catch me again on Thursday, have any other questions, feel free to attend. But till then, I guess I'll talk to you guys in the chat. See you guys later.